My sister is 25 and a teacher. Last year, whole family went to Gulf Shores. Parents made my wife and I pay for our portion of the condo, but did not make my sister or her fiance pay. I didn't say anything because I make more money, but to this day, I am not sure it was handled correctly.
Okay, so that one
That's
more time.
tough because 27, 25 is like a...
They're so close.
Okay, so
it's the cutoff.
Yeah.
26, 27, like it is kind of the cutoff.
There
go through
has
that
to be a
scenario
cutoff.
again.
27-year-old engineer.
Okay.
25-year-old sister teacher.
Yeah.
27-year-old engineer paid for their portion of the condo. 25-year-old teacher and fiance
Did not.
freeloaded.
I wonder how long this guy's been married, because I bet the parents sit there and think if they've been married 5 or 6 years, they're like, he's an adult. And then the other daughter's not married yet. She's probably still kind of free, so they think of her as a kid still.
Man,
Even though they're almost the same
There
age.
has to be a cutoff. And I'll say this, and I bet you all the oldest children out there are thinking the same thing. Because my mother always said this to me, and we vibed, and I always said this to my
the
oldest
oldest?
daughter. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
me
always
too.
said this to my daughter, and we vibed on it. The oldest always gets screwed.
Always.
You just get screwed.
Yeah.
And you know
Wish.
what? And you know what? That's our badge, and we'll wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's your
We
cross to
are
bear.
the
Yeah,
oldest. We will get screwed. The youngest will benefit, however many years in advance than you did.
Oh,
With
yeah.
younger ages. Oh, I got a guitar at 15. He gets a guitar at 13. What the hell? What was I doing when I was 13?
man.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like all the
Yeah.
little petty stuff.
We're the starter
never
kids.
ends.
Advantage.
That's right.
I'm the youngest one, and I
the
didn't get that
starter kid.
advantage.
But you
My
know what I'm
sister,
saying.
she got the car when she turned 16.
Yeah.
And then my dad had heart problems, so he couldn't afford. He had to quit work, so he couldn't afford a car when I turned 16.
Dang it,
Where's
Scott.
mine?
Where's your
I'm the older
car?
one.
Come on, I got hosed.
You know what? I didn't feel like I got screwed out of anything.
I was the older one, too.
Out of anything? Out of anything.
No, I honestly. So my brother and I are 3 years apart. I don't feel like I got screwed.
I'm not saying it in a whiny way. I'm saying it in like a, this is how you feel as a kid, and then it just happens.
You do compare. Like my sister and I are 14 years apart. I'm the oldest, and my mom was 26 when she had me, and 38 when she had my sister. Her parent, and I'm not dogging my mom
Wildly
right now.
different points of view.
Dude, wildly different. Me at 26 versus me now at 38, I'm entirely different. My mom was more well equipped to be a parent at 38 than she
100%.
was
Did you-
at 26.
Yeah.
Did you take note of like, well, you're doing
yeah.
this for my sister?
Absolutely, I did. And
You weren't old enough to go,
No. I mean, it hurt me. I've talked about this enough with my mom where I can share it. But my mom never went to my soccer games growing up. I never had the support in that way that you need as a child, like playing athletics and stuff. And then whenever my sister became a cheerleader, she was at everything. And so I was like, what?
So you're not happy for your sister that?
No, I am now. I am
Yeah.
now.
But it
it
there's
goes
an
back to
adjustment there.
Moon's point of I was the starter kid, so my mom didn't know that your kid needed the support in that way, and then she got through me and saw the angst that came from that, and then she supported my sister through everything. And my sister is a genius and has this amazing life. I think because I kind of paved the mistakes from.
Yeah,
my,
I don't know. I
bear-
just think I was the favorite kid. I think that's what.
I was a favorite too, but
Came down to.
I was my mom's favorite. And my brother is my dad's favorite, and they actually have said that openly. But and that's fine. But yeah,
Oh, dude,
we've-
it's still a point of contention in my home.
Yeah, we've barreled through. Like we plowed the sidewalk, and this kid just walked right through it.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's how it's supposed to be. And I've actually had talks with my oldest daughter because I think she really gets it. I'm a better parent. I'm a better parent now than I was when she was young. That's just like the facts, and I can't control that, and I'm sorry, but I acknowledge it.
I have regret over that.
But in this other
Yeah, I
case, though, with
acknowledge
the
it.
engineer versus the teacher, so the engineer paid for the thing, and the teacher
didn't have to.
didn't have to. Okay, engineer probably makes more money than the teacher.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Now we're going to start nickel and diming, and it's not fair because I paid a certain percentage, and this person said it paid a certain percentage.
Yeah, people are trying to make that argument. Like, there's a huge difference in pay from engineer to teacher. That's the reason he should have to pay.
I don't know. Maybe
Like,
maybe
why
in your
does
head-
someone have to pay
Well, why am
for
I-
choosing a career path that's more
Right,
lucrative?
you're penalized for success, and that's even that's a difficult thing for the ego to get over.
Sure.
But if you could swing it, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
I mean, you would
We're
hope
just
there's a
talking-
family
I just talking
dynamic
human
there,
I
emotions.
just don't like the I paid 30%. He only paid 25%.
I like your
Yeah.
hand on your hip
Yeah.
when you do that.
Well, and also with this,
I made $100 and they only pay $50.
going back to the vacation, I like to actually have some experiences on the vacation that I want to have. And I feel like sometimes because somebody else is paying, I can't contribute, and nobody jumps on board with the things I want to do.
100%.
Right?
Then if you are having somebody pay for your vacation,
Yeah. You're at the mercy
you're
of
at
them.
the mercy of what they want to do.
Exactly.
That's the thing I would hate the most. That's why I like to pay.
Yes.
'Cause I'm like, if I pay my
I
own,
owe nobody anything.
if I pay my own way, and you guys decide you're wanting to go do this thing, and I don't, I ain't going. I'm going to go into town, do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But then if you rented the pontoon and you rented the house, and you're like, we're going on a lake all day, and you're like, well, I want to go on a lake for 2 hours. I'm not trying to get sunburned on the first day. They're going to be like, well,
money wasted.
okay, well, I guess go lay in the bedroom that I paid for.
Right.
I know they're thinking it. I know they're thinking it. That's the reason that's a good point, dude, of why you push back. I see Lauren like scrambling around the Airbnb, like stuffing $3,000 in her mother-in-law's purse. Her mother-in-law comes out and she's like, who put $3,000 cash in my purse? She's like, I don't know.
Hell yeah.
If
I
you
don't
don't
know, but I ain't going on a boat today.
Grandbaby money.
How big was the house you guys stayed in?
This past time?
Yeah.
This one was actually quite small. Like we were all like on top of each other.
9,000 square feet.
9,000. Yeah, it was very, very
Just a small, tiny.
It was itty bitty. Like I mean, and that's fine.
And
Like
you stayed there for how long? 5 days?
yeah, 5 days. So to me, and here's the thing.
And how many people stayed in the house? I'm just
9 people.
9 people.
In an itty-bitty house?
In a tiny house.
It's all right.
Were
to
there
be
bunk beds?
itty-bitty.
The kids had a bunk bed. Yeah.
Kids had bunk beds. I'm sure couches were folded
The
out.
kids were in one room. My brother and sister. There was 4 bedrooms. I think. Yeah, 4 bedrooms, which sounds big, but it was a condo style.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you would have paid your fair share.
We could have possibly gotten a bigger house.
Okay. How much would it have been you and Tim, your cut a night? $50 a night?
All in.
Like $100 a night, probably.
Okay.
Here's a question for all of you.
Oh.
When do you guys share Airbnbs, VRBOs with in-laws, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have.
what's the rules? What's the bang rules? You guys still trying to get a quiet one in?
I
Or
thought about
Are you all out?
Depends.
That's how close the rooms are?
How close the rooms are. We got
Okay.
thin walls. Usually, when I get there, I just go knock on the walls.
Yeah, this will do.
Hey,
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 can you hear me? Can you hear this? Oh.
Alan,
I'll knock on the
Alan. All right, he didn't answer.
It's funny you
Take
say
your
that.
pants off.
Because we actually kind of like typically don't. Just out of like a principle thing. And I will say, the very first vacation I ever went with her parents that we went on, I slept in a different room on my own room.
Yeah.
Because it was before we were married.
Same. When we would go on the vacations before Tim and I were engaged or anything, I had to sleep in separate rooms.
Oh, my wife and I were living with each other.
How old
And
were
we went
you?
on vacation with my folks, and we had to stay in separate rooms.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was,
30?
I was incensed.
Okay,
Like
so I'm
28.
not alone.
26,
I
27.
think there ought to be a cutoff for that too.
About sleeping in separate
I think
rooms.
if you're serious enough that you're going on family vacations, and I'm 30, and they're like, sleep on the couch, son, I'll be like, get the F
Okay,
outta
so
here.
we were in our early 20s. We were
Banged
maybe
her on
like,
the way up here.
so my wife and I, we were dating. We're 2021.
Okay.
We go to Pennsylvania with my parents.
Oh, no.
They make us stay in separate rooms.
Yeah, you little horn
How old
balls.
were you?
20, 21.
That's
That's
maybe
fine.
acceptable. I mean, that's like college
I was
age.
pissed.
Sure.
I still agree with you. I think if you're going on,
I was
I get
37.
college
We were living
age,
together.
though. Oh, you were?
Kind of. We were like, it was known that we
I was
were.
37.
We had separate apartments.
I'm serious.
That's hilarious to me.
I was 37.
And a father of 5.
Yeah. And I was sleeping in another room.
I mean, at some
weird.
But
point,
it's cool.
let's take the governor off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
It's
That's
That's
weird.
Yeah.
You were 37.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did it out of respect, right? Like
Well,
you
they
guys were
asked
respecting.
me to, so yeah, I respect what they say.
You guys would hate either side of my family because there's no way if you weren't married, they're not staying even close to the same room.
Yeah, so I'm not going on vacation with you either. No alcohol, nothing.
that's so funny to me.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's nice though.
you guys come down here to have a good time? Guess what? You're not gonna,
Well,
because
that-
we were sleeping in separate bedrooms.
That didn't stop Tim and I,
Great.
though. I mean, like, even though we had to sleep in separate rooms, like, we just go bang it out, like, on the beach.
Yeah, it makes the rendezvous a little more sweeter.
What?
Did not expect
Dang.
that.
Shall
I
we
know.
sneak out of the house?
Yeah.
Meet you at
That's
11:30 on the beach.
Lots of sand mites in your ass.
Yep.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did not do that.
It was
there.
not okay.
Well, afterwards we'll delouse.
That's right.
Let me ask you this about being the oldest. To backtrack a little, I'm sorry.
And you are what? You're
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest too.
I kind of concur with Moon. I think people are misconstruing what he said of like that he's complaining that he got. It's not that you get screwed.
I'm not
it's that
complaining.
I know some people were emailing in like, oh, they don't get screwed, and I'm like, I think that it's like when you're the oldest, your parents they're figuring it out, and
also,
they tend to be like
plows the way.
Your parents tend to be the least financially secure because they're young. My mom was 23 when she had me. We had no money. Like, my dad eventually got a job at the post office like when I was 12 or 13 and started making, for the area we lived in, okay money. He was probably making like $26K a year, but that was a lot of money to us.
Yeah.
You know?
I had my first daughter at 17.
Sure.
She got screwed.
Absolutely.
I was 17.
I had nothing to
I was
offer.
17 years old, and her younger siblings are going to Punta Cana every year.
Yeah, but even
You know
beyond
what I mean?
that,
Like
too.
that's wildly unfair.
Okay, so
Beyond the finances, also, though, but your parents try to be strict with the oldest. Were they more strict with you than your brother? Like, trying to be, like, your curfews. By the time they got to my youngest brother.
Me, yeah, for sure. Like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It got screwed.
If I got home at 12:01 and my curfew was midnight, I was grounded for 2 weeks. By the time they got to my younger brother, it was like, hey, don't rip bong hits in the living room.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Go
so-
downstairs.
dude. The greatest day, one of the greatest days of my brother's life, was the day that my parents found out my high school girlfriend was pregnant. Because he went, I can do anything
Right.
now, as long as I don't knock somebody up.
Yeah.
I got. He had a
right.
free
so
pass.
the older sibling plows the way.
I certainly did.
Break your parents down.
Literally plows the way.
Yes.
In Moon's case.
Exactly what I did.
Yeah, barriers are being knocked down by the older ones so the
That's right.
younger ones
Yeah.
could just slip on through.
That's all
I
I
crawled
mean.
so you could run.
Right. Yeah. Just remember, with the older kids, and as a parent, with our first, with the boy when he was born, we had all the gadgets. We had,
The monitors.
all that stuff. You were
Terrified.
terrified, strict. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. This kid's not going to do this. Okay. And then when the second one goes,
You know it already. Yeah.
I've already been through
That's
this.
a
We're
real
gonna do this
thing.
again. Okay. So I
see your face. We already been through this.
We already been through this. Okay, so according to research, who's the most difficult sibling?
Oh, middle.
Yeah, because they're just the ping pong ball, man. They're just going back
We
and
need
forth through
attention.
everything.
So we all know somebody like this. Always seems to be in trouble. Always says the wrong thing. Never shows respect to anybody or anything. They always have to have the last word, even if it's pointless, which usually ends up with them in detention. It was admirable when you were younger, but now it's worrisome as an adult and a tad old. That person you know might be very well part of your family. In fact, there is a high probability that the person is a specific one of your siblings.
Oh, yeah?
So there was a study done by an MIT professor, surveyed thousands of families, and found that the second-born children, particularly second-born sons, end up being the most troublesome.
Interesting.
Checks out.
Yeah, if it is the second one, then yeah. I mean, in this
My middle brother.
And they're not just the most difficult in their own family, but in society as well.
yes.
Yeah.
Like the study found that second-born sons were 20 to 40% more likely to have behavioral issues in school and have to be disciplined, and eventually end up in the criminal justice
So,
system.
so the middle one's the troublemaker. The older one's the victim.
Yeah.
And the youngest one's like really cool and just nice and easygoing.
Exactly,
No,
Scott.
the older one's
I
not
love
the
being
victim.
youngest, man.
Yeah,
It's
no-
way better.
Nice try.
Now here's a trip because I'm a poster child for
And there's a reason for this, Bob.
The older is the champion of sibling
Yeah,
rights.
Go on, victims.
So
There's a reason
I'm
I'll
a poster child of nature versus nurture. And where does nature come into this? Because technically speaking, my younger brother is a firstborn. See what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
adopted. He was not.
Right.
So we're both firsts in a weird way.
I don't know if this
And
takes that into account.
he was not troublesome. Well, I mean,
I'm thinking this is a nurture thing.
It is nurture.
This
Has
is
to be.
totally nurture.
And
Okay.
I bet this means multiple sibling, right?
It's 100%. No, because
Because
it
it
could
goes
be.
back into the hierarchy of parenting. So, like, your
There's-
mom parented you in a certain way, then your brother came along, and then she was different then.
It's all about attention.
But he was not difficult. He was not an attention seeker at all. He's very much like a very chill first child.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, there's not enough data. There's no way there's data on this because it's a pretty unique scenario. But
Right.
I'm willing to bet there's more nature in here than we're willing to understand.
I think he would fall in the youngest because this has to be where there's at least 3 kids, right?
It's not youngest. It's
Second-born.
second-born.
I think it's nurture.
That's weird.
It's not youngest. This has nothing to do with how many kids you have. It's second-born.
I know you think it's nurture. I'm saying I think it's both. I think it's both in a way that we can't respect because we don't know.
There's a TikTok.
But I've lived it. So I'm telling you, my brother is not a second-born son by any statistics.
There was a TikTok trend like last year where it was this woman doing a voiceover and she's like, let me tell you about that second-born child. They ain't with the BS. And I put together this montage video of my sister hammered, just having the time of her life throughout her years that I have on my phone. And I'm like, she is not one with the BS. She's wild. You know, she's had it paved for her. So yeah, I mean, she's not the middle child, but she's the second born. She happens to be the youngest, but man, she's smarter than me. I think she's wilder than me in certain ways. And yeah, I agree with this.
Well, the reason for this, and this is from the MIT professor who did the study, is it's attention given to them by parents.
Well, I think they see, usually what happens with second children, this is why I think it's a lot of nurture, is they see the way the oldest is treated and or doted upon or not doted upon. And they feel like you have two choices. You either mimic your older sibling or you have to push back and try to be the exact opposite of them. And I think a lot of second siblings choose to be like, well, I don't want to compete, so I'm just going to be the opposite. So if the oldest sibling is getting good grades, you know, trying to please mom and dad, trying to play sports, then I'm going to be the goth kid that starts fires and smokes weed and doesn't play sports and hates authority and gets in trouble at school because at least then I got my own thing.
Yep.
And then it leads them down. My brother was like that. My brother took an acetylene torch and melted all my Little League trophies.
A younger sibling can hope to have an underachieving older sibling.
Yeah, and then maybe it flips.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be compared. Well, you know, let's see, Learn in your sister. You got straight A's, so your younger sister, Learn got straight A's. Why aren't you getting straight A's?
Yeah. It's the opposite.
Learn was captain of the, cheerleading squad. Why aren't you?
Yeah, it's opposite though. I was like the C student. I was like the little, experimenting with drugs and being like
she
out
had
with
it
boys.
Easy.
Now your sister
is a
lawyer.
And now she's a lawyer.
She
She's
had
so
it
smart.
easy.
I know, man.
You know why? Because she had nothing to be compared to.
I know.
That's also a huge
I'm a radio DJ.
The only comparison was crap.
I know.
Yeah.
Your sister sucked so much. We waited 14 years to even have another kid.
Like she was a C student. They'd be happy with B's.
They had me. They go, she's got to be better.
The
next
pressure
kid's gotta
was
be better
off.
than this, right?
The pressure was 100% off.
What color's her hair today, huh?
Yeah, seriously.
my
man.
Great.
I got to talk to my therapist after the show today.
Hey, before we get too far off, because I wasn't expecting to talk this much about my brother, but I do want to say something real quick. My brother had a massive stroke in June, and I didn't plan on saying this. I don't even know what I'm going to say here, but he's only 40 years old, and it was. I'm gonna try to say this fast. I don't get emotional or nothing, but he was in the NICU for a while, and my family's like super old school and not like it's kind. I hate to say this, but kind of averse to help. Receiving help, kind of just like a island type of thing, and we've been through like total hell these last couple months with him in the NICU and the whole stroke thing. And we learned a lot in the last couple months, and he survived, even though like it was a little touch and go there. But he is paralyzed on his left side, and we have crazy insurance stories that I could go on and on and on and on just about the nightmare, about the whole system and all this kind of stuff. But right now he's at home and he's getting physical therapy. He needs like intense physical therapy to have hope of getting anything back on the left side. And man, like strokes are so devastating. They're so gnarly. Like so do your research. If your doctor says you got high blood pressure or you're this or that, like please just listen and do whatever. Because you don't want to mess with a stroke. No. You don't want to mess with this. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. I haven't said anything on air or any of that kind of stuff, but I put up a GoFundMe, and the response that we've had from this community and our family and our friends and everything has been so overwhelming. I just want to say thank you. Like I said, I don't want to break, so I'm not going to talk about this very much, but like I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, man.
For all of us, because his girlfriend has gone through so much intense pressure, and just like every single minute of every single day. We're talking about a 24-hour thing here that's been we've tried to spread out, just the weight of it on all of us as much as we can, and I just want to thank everybody for helping out, trying to get us into therapy, helping out, trying to get us with scholarship things and this and that. It's just been a tremendous burden to bear for all of us. And I just want to say thanks on behalf of Clark and everybody. So cool.
Well, I know your family has rallied, together, and
it's been,
it's good. It's nice to have a close family where you could
and the show
kind of lean on each other.
This show's listener family, like all of you guys that have like found your way into this, because I just posted it a few times. It's been pretty freaking overwhelming. Like a lot of a lot of happy tears have been shed because of your responses. Even if you can't give money, that's fine. Because that's all going straight to this physical therapy because it's all out of pocket.
Yeah.
But just like prayers, anything, like it's all been so overwhelming that there's been a lot of happy tears shed. And I'm telling you, man,
Good.
like those are the only like happy moments that we've had this last couple months. So I just want to tell you how far that has gone for my parents are elderly, dude. Like my mother's 80, so like having to deal with this has been just
Devastating.
dang, crazy frightening.
You've been holding it together really well, man, and it's been really admirable to watch you. I mean, obviously, you love your brother so much, but like you've been holding it together really well. So, just as your friend, I want to say, like, you're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks, dude.
And you are worthy of all of the communal support. And I think that if anybody can donate to that GoFundMe, please do, or at least share it, because getting that out as far as you can is going to be helpful. And I hope that Clark.
Yeah,
hits
listen,
his goal.
I've told you before, like, hey man, if you want us to push it out, hey, you could use all the resources here.
Again, like I feel weird.
I know.
I'm always telling.
I know it's a weird thing.
And I'm always telling people to like seek help, like we're a community, like no man is an island. I'm always saying that kind of stuff, but like being in this position, it is very, very strange to ask for help.
I know it's a prideful thing too. Sometimes you got to put that aside just for the good of the.
It just feels bizarre.
I know.
And it's not supernatural for us or for me, but
Well, listen,
so thank you.
Everybody's got your back. And,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and my family needed that. They needed to see that. My parents, all of us. It's just been so freaking scary and such a crazy process. Good God, we've got to make it easier. But please, just take care of yourself. Like I know we're always talking about health and whatever, and we're some hippie nerds and whatever. But like, please, take care of yourself, dudes and gals.
All right, so should we just? We got to pivot here for a second.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to go dark there.
No.
So much talk about my brother, I can't get him off my mind.
I know. And let's get our blood pressure up a little bit, okay?
Okay. right in line with what we're talking about.
I'd like to do before we go to the next thing a little round of Think Fast, which we haven't done in a while.
Gosh.
Perfect timing.
Which we haven't done in a while.
Yeah,
Points?
thank
We
you.
got points?
We got a board here, so just a quick game of Think Fast.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a scoreboard. Fine.
We have a scoreboard
We
here.
have to put it to
Do
use
a
every
quick
day.
game of Think Fast while we're all choking back tears.
Yeah, man.
Oh, there are more tears to come, by the way. So
No.
this is the.
No, I need
That's why
this
I'm
type of pivot.
laughing.
Thank you.
This
Doing
is
great, man.
This is the buffer between the other, moment we're going to talk about today.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna say a statement, and you got to say your name.
Oh, God.
That's your buzzer.
All right.
Okay, your name is your buzzer. We're not going to go around the horn. Your name is your buzzer,
There's also a yellow and red card.
and it's got to be. The first thing that comes to your mind. If you hesitate for a second, you're getting the buzz. Okay? And I love that button.
I know you do.
And we all know. Okay, so for the next couple questions, all your answers start with the letter J. All your answers start with the letter J, and if you argue with me, it's minus points.
Okay.
Here we go. All your answers have to start with the letter J. Name an athlete.
Moon.
Cheater.
Jeter.
2 points for that one, because it's my favorite.
Wow.
Derek Jeter's
He's
your
my
favorite?
Oh, absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Minus 1 point for Lauren for not knowing that. Damn it! A product in the pharmacy section.
Rafe.
Jelly.
Petroleum.
Nice.
Jelly, comma, petroleum. 1 point. A type of car.
Moon.
Learn.
Moon.
Jaguar.
Would have been 2 points if you said Jeep.
Yeah, that's weird. I drive one.
An item in a gas station.
Learn. Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, whoa, that's a point.
Good job.
A store in the West County Mall.
Moon.
Moon.
JCPenney?
Yeah.
Very
Is there a
good.
JCPenney in the West
Yes,
County
there
Mall?
is.
Yes,
Still
there
open.
is.
Oh, there is? All right.
Minus 1 point for me.
Hey, Hey.
Minus 1 point for me. Remember, it's got to start with a J. A type of tree.
Learn.
Learn.
Juniper.
Dang.
Bush. Is it
Oh
tree?
no! Oh no!
Hang on. It's a bush.
A juniper tree.
It's a tree. You
juniper
betrayed your own answer by saying bush afterwards, but I do think it's a tree.
I think it's a juniper tree.
Ooh, it says juniper shrub. Hang on.
Hold
hang on.
up.
Juniper
my.
cypress family. Cypress. That's got to be a tree. It's got to be a tree.
It's a tree. It's a tree.
It's a tree.
It's a tree. Okay. Now we're moving on to. Can I get a score?
Moon has 4. He's in the lead.
Wow.
I have 1. Rafe has 1. Riz -1.
Okay. Scott,
I think I'm a 0
get
then.
in there, buddy. These are all answers that start with the letter K now. K. K. Name of a famous dog.
Rafe.
Rafe.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Cujo. Come on.
That's C.
That's what the
Was it a
C,
C?
bro.
-1 for
Minus
Riz.
1 point for
That's
me.
J
And
in
a
it.
red card.
I don't think there is a
spelled
famous
it.
dog.
Yes.
Okay.
I
I'm
love
going to
it.
give myself minus 2 points. Damn it.
I can't believe that.
Oh, I thought it was so
Oh,
smart.
wait. I got one.
Came in.
I saw
hard.
Cujo.
Scott, cat.
Cat the dog.
Oh my gosh!
Cat the dog.
Point for Scott.
I'm 3 points for
Still
Scott.
not a J.
That's a K. We're on K
K. Ron
now.
K.
Oh, I thought you said
Ron
we're on
K.
J's.
Minus 1 point for Ray.
You're still on
-1
J.
point for Ray.
Dude, how long have we been on K? Because I've been on J for a while.
Room in your house.
Scott,
Scott.
kitchen.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know why, but I forgot what letter we were doing after
Okay.
we just talked about it.
Type of measurement.
Moon.
Moon.
Kilometer.
Very good.
A sport.
Rafe.
Rafe.
Kickboxing.
That was good.
All right, now this is the L category.
L.
Ooh, I love
L.
this category.
L. A compliment.
Rafe.
Rafe.
Love you.
Wow.
Whoa. You gonna count that as a love you? Love you. That's an
Love ya.
that's an expression.
If you love someone, what's a higher compliment than that, brother?
Yeah, okay. Okay. I
Minus
mean,
1 point for Moon for
Yeah,
being a dick.
you know what? I'll hand you a point for the lack of
Love
integrity in the
guru
game.
trying to squash love.
Something on a map.
Moon.
Moon.
Latitude.
I forgot what letter we were on again.
L.
We're on L. JKL.
Luxury brand.
Learn.
Learn.
Lexus.
Oh,
Nice.
Good
I
job.
was looking for Louis Vuitton.
Well,
Oh, that's a good one.
get in my Lexus and we'll go.
Alcoholic drink.
yeah. Rafe.
Rafe.
Line and Google.
Learn.
Too long. Learn.
Limoncello.
I was trying
Type
to
of flower.
Learn.
Learn.
Lilac.
Killing.
Dang.
Killed the L's.
Dang.
Killed the
Loves
L's.
L's,
great.
man.
I only
Kill
know
the
L
Ls.
words.
Learn and well.
Well, learn. I mean, it's.
My name is Lauren Leslie L. I got like 1,000 names. There's 1,000 L's.
Your middle name is Leslie?
Yes.
Her last name is basically L.
Leslie knows.
Guys,
You get more Southern Illinois every day.
score update.
All right. Moon has 5. Learn has 4. Rafe has 1. King has 4. Riz has -3.
Okay. This is M. M is the letter. M
Zed.
is the letter. The letter is M.
Okay.
St. Louis restaurant.
Learn.
Rafe. Learn.
Rafe.
Rafe.
McDonald's.
I will accept that.
Thank you.
A road in St. Louis.
Rafe.
Rafe.
Learn.
Moon.
Manchester. I think she beat me though.
I was going to say Manchester.
And I said I think you beat me.
We had our brains welded together for that answer. Yellow card for learn.
Yellow card for learn. Yeah, -1.
What? Wow.
Just because.
Wait, can I give her half of my points?
A person in your family.
Moon.
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 That's
think of
great.
your mom.
Yeah, I was going to say
Mom.
mom. That was the.
A musical act.
Learn. Manchester Orchestra.
Oh.
I want to say Manchester on the radio.
A movie.
Moon.
Rafe.
Moon.
Moon.
Dang.
It is a movie.
Sam
It
Rockwell.
is a movie called Moon.
Yeah.
Okay. Final question. This is no letter associated with it.
Getting destroyed.
Wow.
No letter associated with it. You know what?
What?
Letter associated with it.
You know what? Letter associated. What the heck?
Letter
I love it.
This question is worth 30 points.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Did we decide on the letter?
I bet everybody has a word already ready, just in case the letter is P. What's the letter, Riz?
I'm not going to tell you the letter until the end.
I'm sorry, what? Until after we answer?
How much is this one worth?
30 points.
30 points.
All right.
Man,
No,
that's
you will
good.
get the letter at the end of the statement.
Oh, okay.
A house project that starts with a P.
Scott.
Learn. Crap.
Scott.
Plumbing.
I said plumbing as my name.
Scott wins.
That's what you said? I couldn't tell what you said.
Scott wins. Congratulations,
You
Scott.
always win.
Golly.
Thank you.
Game.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
That was a great game.
I
Good
am
for you,
impressed.
buddy.
Yeah.
I was thinking painting.
34 points for Scott. Wow.
Woo! Feels good.
30 points for Scott. Hey, are the webcams on?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you're watching the webcams, you'll see I'm wearing my my Jeff Burton Forever shirt because, a year ago today, we lost our buddy Jeff Burton.
Man.
So it has been a year already, which is crazy and has gone so fast.
Yep.
It has gone by so fast. And I want to thank the original listeners for keeping, his memory and spirit alive. It could be, we've all experienced this. It could be out at an event. We all see a ton of Jeff Burton Forever T-shirts. It could be an email or a social media message and that ends with an I miss Jeff. We see them, and I know Jeff would dig that. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about Jeff. We talk about Jeff all the time on the show. Anything for me could trigger it. It could be driving, on the road and seeing a Subaru. And I think about, remember when Jeff got his Subaru and we named it Subaruth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have a name for it, dude.
Like he was so
Subaruth.
proud when he got his Subaruth. So whenever I see a Subaru, I think of Jeff. It could be a man with a big ass beard, riding a motorcycle, and I think about Jeff. I used to see Jeff on 109 all the time. Because, he lived in Eureka. We lived about, 8 minutes apart. I would see Jeff all the time with his number 13 helmet, driving up and down 109 on a nice day. Jeff was a part of my life for 20 years. He was a great friend. I will forever miss him. His wit and creepy one-liners. His wit and creepy one-liners on the radio, I don't think will ever be matched by anybody. So what can you do today to remember Jeff? Wrote a couple things down. All right, leash up your dog, take a walk. Jeff always used to love to walk his dog Wheezy. An Al Foster and Rockwood's Reservation. Have a Jameson or drink a dirty martini today. I don't know why he did this, but he loved to drizzle some honey on a frozen pizza, which I thought was a mistake.
Nope. Genius.
He's right. He was right.
Yep.
It is awesome.
It's worth it.
I would drizzle some hot honey on a frozen pizza. Why?
Dude, it's brilliant.
Yeah. You do that with a little hot sauce, and it's the
works.
game changer.
Did he like that Mike's hot honey? Was that his what has
I don't know.
He put red onions and hot honey on pizza.
Dude, he's right.
He knows.
If you do like a bacon pizza and you put red onions and I mean just like a drizzle of honey, it is amazing. He had it right the whole time.
Yep.
Maybe listen to a Blue October song today, or maybe crack open an old Playboy.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Crack open an old Playboy. He's the only guy that I know that bought the Madonna sex book. Remember Madonna put out a book called Sex?
He would bring it in every once in a
Collector's
while.
item.
Yeah. It had like a metal cover to it.
Yeah, and had a metal cover to it.
Vanilla Ice was in that book.
What?
Yeah. Naked with Madonna.
That's right.
Really?
Make an appointment to get your prostate checked out.
Yes.
We're talking about getting ourselves checked out.
Take care of yourself, please.
Reach out to an old friend just to see what's up, or if anything, just be kind to somebody today. And that's what Jeff always was. And we got a message from Jeff's brother Greg yesterday, and he said that next year he and Jeff's older brothers, or his other brothers, will be bringing back Jeff's 100-inning softball game and making it a cancer/Crohn's suck Jeff Burton Memorial softball game. So we'll have more details on that.
Cool.
That's sweet.
That's awesome.
That was always a source of pride, Jeff's 100-inning softball game. Which I remember playing one year and going, man, this is a long time playing softball.
This thing really is.
I think I could do maybe 20 innings and I'm done. And just so you know, Jeff's famous Kermit the Frog shirt now hangs outside of the studio.
Like right outside. When
Yeah.
you open the door,
Like, so when
your shoulder is next to the entire Jeff Burton Memorial plaque there.
Yeah, so anybody who walks by Jeff and Jeff's shirt when you enter the studio. So, thinking about Julie, thinking about, Abby and Casey today, thinking about Jeff's brothers, thinking about their families. And I know all of us in this room, have been touched by Jeff, not in that way, but and he would want us to say that. Maybe some of us have been touched. I don't know.
Speak for yourself.
I always said that's how I got the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're all thinking about Jeff today, and I can't believe it's been a year.
Yeah, man.
And
that's wild.
if any of you have any thoughts,
I got one. One of the last things we talked about, just about a week or so before he passed, was he was like, "Hey, I want you to go out and start touching trees, and then just remember how it feels and stuff. So whenever you're stressed, your hand could be on that moment of just that pleasure of just sitting there and enjoying the tree and the outdoors and stuff, and then just get back into that peaceful state again." So I just encourage you guys to go out there.
Did I make fun of him for hugging trees? He started getting into hugging trees.
And this past weekend, I got to go to the smokehouse and see their new project in the back there, and it's all this old wood. So I did all that. I just went around touching
everything?
thinking of Jeff, just like,
That's awesome.
I'm doing it, man, and it felt so good, and this feels amazing.
Jeff
What are you hugging trees now?
Jeff Burton. You're telling me Jeff Burton's last words to you was to touch wood.
It's a fitting, huh?
Imagine.
Which
What a stretch.
which makes sense.
It does.
Oh, save a turtle today if you can, safely.
Yeah.
Pick up a hitchhiker.
Don't do that. Don't
Nobody
pick
wants
up
to
a
say it. I'll say it. Pick up a hitchhiker.
No, don't do that.
I'm saying. He would want me to say it.
Yeah, I just remember, dude, like humor was such a part of his soul. It wasn't like, for some folks it's a show. For some people it's like a crutch or something. And for him it was just like an aspect to life. And even in death, when like things were hard and you could tell, it was like probably the last week he was alive. He broke the ice by just like a ridiculous joke. And I don't even think he really meant it as a joke. I think that was the first thing that came across his mind.
Is this when we went to go saw him in hospice?
Yeah, when we saw him in hospice, and he said something like forever. It forever was like, all right, you know what? That's good, because I feel like all of us had that same part of our personality. Is like we just want to. Typically, the funniest thing in the moment will kind of come across our mind, even if it's not like appropriate or whatever. And he just said that, and it was just a perfect moment for the room.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that like defined his personality. He always had some witty remark that wasn't even meant to like steal the attention or the show. It was just like, oh, that's the funniest thing I could say right now, and he said it, and I'll never forget that line.
Well, when you walk into somebody seeing him in a hospice room, and it's like, what do I do?
Yeah,
How am I supposed to act?
Right.
And then when
You're trying to gauge the room,
right,
and then he runs the room by saying what he said.
Right. And you go, okay. All right. And you know what I'm talking about? Like, oh my God, are we supposed to be somber? Am I allowed to make a joke?
Yeah.
But then when he cracks a joke, you go, okay, all
Wheels
good.
are off.
All good.
Yeah, he just did it in such a nice way. Obviously, he's an entertainer and he was a showman here, but like even, off the mic, he would say funny stuff, and it wasn't to like try to catch the attention or be the light in the room, but it was just always like this nice little flash of like, all right, that's something to live on, man. And I really miss that.
I'm so glad I got to know him. I used to listen to the Jeff, Trish, and Tom show whenever I was in high school, and I always loved Jeff. And then I remember, starting to work at MS and getting to meet him and Tom. And I don't know, Jeff's always been somebody who I always just felt his warm presence, and I loved his humor. And he would say the naughtiest things about my husband, because Tim worked here with us. And, and every time, like if I had an animal issue, like he was so compassionate to me. He knew how much, like he loved animals so much like me. Like, so we would always, if the cats have something going on, he'd be like, hey, how's Clover doing? And like, he just really went above and beyond to care about the people in his life. Both those of us that were personally in his orbit, and then people that, were through the radio. So I just, it's so weird. Like, it's so weird being here. I sit at, in our office, I sit at Jeff's desk and I think about him every day because I'm in here and he's behind me with this, with his cutout and stuff. And I wear bell bottoms like Jeff. Like, I don't know. Like I do. There's little parts of Jeff still walking around here today. I feel like his energy's here. I know that's kind of weird, but I just feel like he's still around.
Well, we do have the panties from his 50th birthday.
We do have
right
those.
above your desk.
Right above your desk. And they will forever be there.
Yeah, I was like,
we
we
ain't
gotta get
moving
these
them.
up. Yeah, it's like when I moved into
We
his
ain't moving
desk,
them.
I pulled out a thong and I go, "What the hell is this?" And you go, "That's from Jeff's 50th." And I go, "Well, these have to be shrined
Yeah,
up."
those were still in the desk drawer.
The best.
We were going through just opening some drawers, and I swear to God, there was a bottle of Lubriderm and the panties. Am I right?
Yeah, dude. And like a deodorant stick, which we kept. Yeah, there's all sorts.
Oh,
of
you're talking about the Lubriderm bottle?
Yeah.
Don't forget, we opened certain drawers that hadn't been opened for months, and there was always a Lubriderm bottle. So there's like 3 or 4 of them in the office at one point. In
Yeah.
different drawers.
Did he have eczema? Like what was going
No,
on?
no, no.
He always moisturized.
He was always just
He was always
moisturizing. and
moisturizing.
he had a toothbrush. He was always brushing
He had
his
a
teeth.
toothbrush.
That's good.
Yes, Rafe. He was always
Yeah,
moisturizing.
with the door locked. I don't know
Also,
why.
there was a George Washington wig. In the,
Oh, yeah. That was never explained.
No, never. I don't know. I never saw how it got in there.
Yeah.
It was in Jeff's drawer. I don't know.
He was chopping down his cherry tree in there with all that Lubriderm and a George Washington wig. You like trees.
He did, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, in every aspect. Every
way.
He was a tree lover. So, yeah, just
Great dude.
great guy.
Yeah.
I will say, I've known Jeff probably the longest of everyone on the show. I think I met Jeff first. And before I was a member of the show, and I know I'm a new tenured member, and I didn't know him as long as you guys did, but he was like my connection to the show. He came to a comedy show of mine, and we met that way. And then later I came on the show as a comedian, and he was always super supportive and was always trying to help me, like always sent me messages, like trying to get me on Ian Baggs. He said, "Hey, Ian Bagg needs somebody for the show. What's your number? I'm trying to get you on there." And I ended up doing some shows with Ian Bagg down in Cape Girardeau, and he would go out of his way. He would think of me in times that it was probably inconvenient for him, but would like reach out and be like, "Hey, man, I think this might be a good fit." And sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't, but he was always trying to throw, on my way. I was I wouldn't say struggling comedian, but I was definitely on my way up. He would try to help me out with stuff, and he would message me stuff that he thought was funny, stuff that would, I would never show the general public. But he was a fun dude. I felt like we spoke the same language when I would come in, and we would talk after the show. Always got along with Jeff. We would always go a little further. There were lines with Jeff that I was like, "Oh yeah, I can say this to this guy."
Yeah.
And he would say it to me after the show. We would like huddle in King Scott's office, close the door, and tell the jokes we couldn't tell on air. And I always appreciated that about him, and I love that about him. And I still say to this day, and I want to honor this last correspondence we had. He was asking me about e-bikes because he saw that I rode one in L.A. and he was going to buy one. This was probably days before he passed away.
Yeah.
And we were talking about riding. He's like, "Let's get some e-bikes. Get out everybody. Let's ride them. Let's get decked out in Eddie Murphy Raw leather outfits, or at least
Road hogs.
and let's ride these e-bikes into a biker bar and see what happens." And I'm like, I love that
We're
idea.
doing that. We're gonna
And at some point, we're doing that. I don't know when. We got to figure out with the e-bikes.
We gotta get the
situation,
e-bikes.
But it's going to happen. And but he was always very, very cool, and I consider him a good friend
yeah, I
as well.
after Jeff was at hospice, and he went home. We were talking about e-bikes too. He wanted to get out of that hospital bed and
Yeah.
hit the road.
Yeah.
Hit the road on the e-bikes. So, all right, let's take a moment for Jeff, and I'm gonna play one of his favorite songs, and you'll hear Jeff introducing. You'll hear Jeff introducing the song. Okay.
Sorry.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz, the socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, rizshow@1057thepoint.com. Send us your instant feedback to the 1057 The Point mobile app. All right, we'll go over Learn's bucket list in a little while.
Oh, yes.
It's your turn.
I can't wait.
But we're going to check one thing off today on mine after we go to Golden Corral.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
You're having a big week, buddy.
First bucket list item of all of ours checked off is today.
Today. And then hopefully we'll get that drop kick done on Friday.
I'm feeling good about it. I've made some arrangements.
Yeah, well, Warhorse is coming in tomorrow, my drop kick trainer.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to get the review from him. Because we got your side of the story and Rafe's, but I want to hear it from Warhorse.
Yeah. I went to the chiropractor yesterday, and he goes, "What are you doing?" What are you doing?
Did you tell him about it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you can't tell your chiropractor.
He goes, what are you
He went and called his wife. He's like, honey, we are going on that cruise.
Yeah.
You're going to be 45 on Thursday. What are you doing?
Cool dream,
My
idiot.
mother's all upset, by the way. She's going to be there on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to be all upset.
She's upset about it?
Yeah.
Is she already upset?
She's already upset.
Trying to get you to not do
Yeah,
it?
she doesn't want to see me hurt myself.
Well, nobody wants that.
Well, she
Tommy the
should.
boss doesn't think this is a great
What, are
idea.
you crazy? Some people do want
Well,
that.
some people are showing up and bought a ticket for Friday just to see you hurt yourself. But
You remember that time I did stand-up and
sold out?
two women
Oh, that's right.
showed up and said we came and drove 2 hours to watch you fail.
Well, what'd you do to those women? You know, like, how mad did you make those ladies throughout time on the radio that they had to do that to get
Well, they
their
said
thrill?
it with a smile.
Yes.
You still got the numbers.
They said it
Well,
with
you
a
crushed.
Thank you, Rafe.
So
Did you really?
They didn't get. He did really well.
And I retired right after.
Good for you.
I was
Leave 'em
impressed.
laughing.
I honestly didn't know what to expect when he did it.
What did I call them? I called them the C word accidentally
You did?
to their faces.
It wasn't
At the-
accidentally.
Children.
He let her rip.
And what did they say when they heard that word?
I walked away.
It was the part of his.
Oh,
They
but I
get
was
their-
serious.
They went to get their knives out of their cars.
Uh-huh. I was serious. So, yeah, we'll go over Learn's bucket list a little bit. We'll give away some fabulous prizes. We have birthday bash tickets. We got tickets to go see The Offspring. We got tickets to go see comedian Mark Norman. We got tickets to go see Asking Alexandria. So they're playing with a band called The Who.
Yeah, HU.
HU.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Like Lizzie Hill's done some work with them, and interesting band.
When they keep doing the commercial for that show, it says Asking Alexandria and The Who. I
That's
wonder how
weird.
many people are confused.
Yeah. The right ones aren't. The right ones
So
know
if
what's
you
up.
know, you know.
Yeah.
The Who. So Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend.
Back at it.
Weird. They're playing the factory. Let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by...
Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your news source.
Man, it's been almost a week since the wildfires in Maui started, wreaking havoc across the island. And has anybody been following what's going on over there?
Yeah.
Man.
There's so
Devastating.
There's tragedy on top of tragedy on top of tragedy. Not only the missing people and the lost everything, but I was reading and listening to something talking about like real estate developers and all these kind of people are trying to like come in and like take advantage.
Take advantage of it. I know Mick Fleetwood said something like, hey, he's going to do everything in his power because he had a
Restaurant.
restaurant.
Yeah.
That was lost, and I know he said he wasn't in Maui when the fire started, but when he came back, he chartered a plane and brought thousands of pounds of supplies.
Yeah.
To the area.
He lives there.
And he said, yeah, all these developers are coming in to take advantage, and he goes, I'm going to do everything within my power to not have that happen.
Yeah, and apparently a lot of them had been planning this for a while, but it was like real slow moving. But now it's all come to light to see what they had been doing to they're trying to like build the thing up and make it hugely commercialized. And one of the greatest things about that area is that it kind of still had all this old school history and was still kind of a lovely place for locals to sell wares or have great restaurants and that kind of stuff. So they could make good money, but still be like a local community.
Yeah.
And it just
Man, and you know what? And
everything's
because of
bad.
that, now the conspiracies are out there, and maybe
of
they
course.
started burning stuff down. I read something that may have been the power company's fault. They were warned to shut the power off because of hurricane winds, and a power line dropped
And that's what started
and
it.
sparked the fire. And with the winds, that was it.
Anytime you have a situation like a power company starting a huge fire like that, that's why the conspiracy theories can start rolling pretty easily.
Yeah, they just don't have an answer yet.
No.
And then, people's imaginations run wild. The governor of Hawaii says the fires are the biggest natural disaster Hawaii has ever experienced. As of last night, the death toll was 96.
Gosh.
Which makes them the deadliest wildfires in the U.S. in more than a century. They're saying over the next couple of days, that number could increase by 20 every day.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't they say there's still 1,000 missing?
Yeah, there's hundreds missing still.
Yeah, I don't even want to.
So fortunately, the fires have been contained slowly, but there's still a lot of people who are missing. A lot of damage and rubble to be assessed. One of the biggest viral stories from this past weekend was about a company called Maui Snorkeling, which was seen taking tourists out for a snorkeling tour while the west side of the island was basically burning to the ground. And there was a lot of frustration about that, naturally, especially from the locals. But the company claims they didn't mean to be insensitive. They issued an apology on the website saying that even before the tour went out, it was intended to be a fundraiser to raise money for the Maui Food Bank. They were donating 100% of the profits, and they later followed with a $10,000 contribution and say they've also paid staff to help with the relief efforts, including stocking incoming boats and donating supplies, and they're no longer sending out tours. It just, to be clear, they were not in waters adjacent to the fires. Because I saw some of the headlines, tourists snorkeling amongst dead bodies floating in water, which is not true.
Whoa.
They were 11 miles from Lahaina, the town that was leveled.
And I'm sure in real time didn't know all the information that was going on. This is an intense firestorm. Until you actually see some video of this kind of stuff, do you even have a visual of what a firestorm is? You know what I mean? That's hard. It's hard to imagine the hell that thing was.
Here's what I think. It's nice they're basically, the snorkeling company's acknowledging, like, hey, this was an error in judgment. They're making, contributions to those in need, even if some of that may have been in response to being publicly shamed. It's a good thing when something can be turned into a positive.
Sure.
But I've got to ask about the tourists.
Right. Like, what were you thinking?
Like, even if you were already there before the fire started, how are you in the mood to be snorkeling?
Well,
while people's livelihoods and lives are being destroyed nearby. Technically, Maui's not been closed off to tourists, but many locals are like, hey, stay away while we deal with this.
so this wasn't where people were taking refuge in the water, right?
No, this was on the other side.
Okay.
But even still, though, while this is going on, do you...
Oh, yeah, it's completely...
Are you going to snorkel?
Right.
I don't know.
Unless-
I don't know what was happening in real time. I think it's really easy to look back and be like, minute to minute, this is what happened. And these
Well,
people are terrible
there's a
for it.
devastating fire going on the other side of the island.
But think about Missouri. If there was a huge fire in the Southwest down by Branson or something, would we still go to Cardinal games and feel weird about it?
If there's a huge fire and...
Like when Joplin had tornadoes?
Yeah.
But that's not a
Life went
comparison.
on.
This is an island, and this is only 10 miles away.
But did they do this like the following day?
That's a good point.
This is over the weekend, as the fires were going, and as damages were being assessed.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, they
Because, you still want that. It's good to have the money raised and all this stuff if it's going for that good cause.
Even if that were the company said it,
Yeah.
after they got called out for it.
Also, if you're going anywhere near where this devastation, cancel your vacation. Like, that's what the Hawaiians are saying. They're like, do not come here. Do not come to Maui. Yeah, you had a honeymoon booked. We have to have the resources for the locals right now. We can't be entertaining more people. Yes, that's money for the economy, but also, like, they need to get things, they need a couple of months to get their feet underneath them. And I'm sure there's people having problems with that. Well, this is my honeymoon. We're going to Mount. We'll just go somewhere else around.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer.
I
don't know if I would be in the mood to snorkel, knowing 10 miles
Right.
away.
Me too. I'd be like,
What's
get me
going
the hell
on?
out of here. I just need to, you're not at home. Like, I would be on the first plane out, get me out of here, save the water for yourself, get me back to my home.
Yeah, just seeing some of the pictures are just, it's horrible. The IRS is warning of another big scam, saying it's so shady they're adding it to their dirty dozens list.
Whoa.
So if you get the dirty dozens list, that's bad.
That's a list.
That's bad.
Stars.
So if you get a cardboard envelope from a delivery service with a letter inside that has the IRS logo and wording that the notice is, quote, in relation to your unclaimed property, throw it out immediately.
Okay.
Toss it. It's a bogus letter, and it's asking for your detailed information, like a clear photo of your driver's license, which identity thieves can use to try to steal your tax refunds. The letter also asks for banking info and stuff like that. Remember, the IRS handles tax refunds and not unclaimed property. So just beware of that.
Okay.
It'd be cool if those people scamming us were the ones that were going to pay our taxes.
You know, my daughter sent me some sort of link or something like that, where you can, find money that's out there that was owed to you. You know, some
Yeah.
bills or
You
return.
you shared that with us.
I told you that already.
Yeah, I have
Oh, okay.
$15 coming my way.
Yeah, buddy.
What's up?
Yeah, $15.
Yeah, I had a little bit of money just hanging out there.
Yeah,
in the
what is
ether.
it? Is it over? You paid over taxes?
Oh, was it? No, I don't think it was taxes. I thought it was just random
Property?
like bills and yeah, whatever. Hell, I don't know what it was, but they owed me money, so I got a check.
So you got the check already?
Yeah. I mean, I've had a tumultuous last couple months, but I feel like I got the check. Yeah.
Speaking of unclaimed money, the other day something pretty cool happened. I got a letter that was all official, and it was a check from this lawsuit, I guess, with Sephora, and I had no clue why my name was attached to it.
Me too.
Dude, it was crazy. So I got this extra, I think it was like
15
15 cents.
Oh, you got 15 cents?
Yeah, it was pretty
For you
good.
guys.
I got $15 in my PayPal. I was telling Riz about this last week.
Save.
I seriously got 15 cents or something ridiculous. I don't even know why they wasted.
Some kind of class action
Yeah, it was
lawsuit?
like a class action lawsuit, and somehow, but it freaked me out because it was
Jealous?
like direct deposit to my PayPal, which I never. I guess maybe one time I used PayPal to pay for like a Sephora Ulta something or another, and then it was $15 because I spent so much damn money
I was
there.
gonna say jealous. Yeah, of course. Do you know how much money my daughters have spent there? I mean, when they come back, they go, "Ooh, I spent $109." Like, oh my gosh, what did you get? And it's
Right.
like three little
things.
Well, you
I got
see,
11
it's this
milliliters
vial
of this crap.
ground up whale placenta that I put under my eyes. They get the bags out.
Hey,
a bucket of bag.
this costs money to look this good. All right,
Oh, okay.
Scott knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What is your opinion of like black jelly beans? Like the black jelly beans?
Get the hell out of here, is my opinion.
I mean, that's what I brought. I brought a bag of Uranus Fudge Factory candy in, old from the bins yesterday for everybody, and just on a lark. It was all good, except I threw a couple pickle-flavored taffies in there to see if anybody would bite on them.
It was a mistake.
You know what? If I hadn't had a pickled flavored taffy within the last 2 weeks, I would have.
I want to
taken it
try
up.
the pickle flavor.
They sell it at the zoo.
Yeah.
video. Joey came in and he had it. He goes, "Oh, I got
It's
pickle."
They also
I
had
got pickle.
black licorice squares, like thick, like the Brock's caramels.
Yeah.
And I was like, who would eat these? Because that's like black jelly bean on steroids.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I used to like blackjack gum. I haven't had it in years.
Ugh.
Remember blackjack gum?
No, I don't.
It's licorice flavored gum.
Yeah,
like
see,
black
that's why I
licorice
don't-
flavored
That's
gum.
why I don't remember it.
Rafe, you can put those black licorice things over here by the nasty jelly beans because I feel like we should punish each other by having to eat those.
Yeah, that's punishment because it's not
And
even
you'd have
real.
to eat it.
It's not
You
even
can't
real
spit it
licorice.
out.
You know what? They're not jelly beans. They're taffy. I say put them in the Jelly Belly
I
thing.
had real
Yes.
licorice once. Studio guy gave it to me because apparently it's supposed to like help your throat if you're doing vocals and stuff for a long time, and kind of roasted them. And I was like, dude, I hate licorice. And he's like, well, this is real licorice. You should just try it. And I didn't like it, but it was definitely different than what I thought licorice was because the licorice flavor, like the Good and Plenty's or whatever that kind of crap is,
It's
like,
artificial.
yo, that stuff is gross, man. Like I don't have the genes to understand what that flavor is supposed to be. You know, I think that's one that's like you're built for that or you're not. Like there's some gene. You know how like you can roll your tongue or you like asparagus and it makes your pee
Well,
weird.
some people think that cilantro tastes like soap.
That's what I'm saying. Like I got something that makes licorice taste like dog crap.
Well, scientists have spent decades searching everywhere for a cure for cancer. So wouldn't it be a cruel twist of fate if it was hidden all this time in everyone's least favorite jelly bean? Yep, the black ones. A new study has found that a chemical in black licorice could help fight pancreatic cancer,
Wow.
No kidding.
one of the world's deadliest cancers.
See, and it
Well,
does taste like medicine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Experiments on mice have shown that a flavonoid in licorice root can kill pancreatic cancer cells. Not the candy flavoring, actual licorice root.
The real stuff.
I like licorice root.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's different than what what
Yeah.
we've been sold.
There's tea.
It's an herb that's widely used in traditional Chinese medicine.
Yep.
Really?
Whenever
Well,
I go
yeah.
to get, when I go to get, what is it called? Where they put
Acupuncture.
Is it acupuncture? Yeah, where
The
they
needles?
put the needles in you.
Yeah.
My lady sent me home with like some Chinese herbs, and there was licorice root in that. I mean, it does. It make. I mean, it's when it's blended with other roots, it kind of tastes
think
a little
that's in
funky,
my
but
tea.
it is good stuff. And there's a licorice root tea. Actually, the brand of Veda, which is kind of a classy brand of hair products, but they also have like skincare stuff. They have a licorice root tea that is so damn good. And if you're somebody who has a troubled time calming down or sleeping, it is so perfect for that.
Yeah, I use throat coat, which we could probably focus group a better name for that tea. But that aside, I think it has some licorice root in it. So
Yeah.
Well, research
Guess I'm good.
has also found it could make treatments like chemotherapy more effective. So it's a very promising development. But the research is still early, and doctors are warning people that you shouldn't go out and consume large amounts of licorice. Like the American Heart Association says, eating a ton of black licorice can cause heart and kidney problems. That in extreme cases can be life-threatening. And filling your mouth with black jelly beans as well, nasty.
Nasty
Yum,
peanut.
nasty.
So you're saying we have to eat something in moderation?
All right, so if you walk into any local brewery, chances are you'll have a robust selection of multiple IPAs because, right, IPAs are
They
so
must be the
popular.
cheapest thing to make.
So hoppy.
A new report claims IPAs are actually one of the least popular beers in America.
I believe it.
Least.
Yeah, because the people that were doing it just for a fad have finally been like, oh, you know what?
It tastes like garbage. I've been
Maybe
saying
this
it
isn't for
forever.
me.
I've been saying it forever.
Now, real IPAs, real ones, over in England that are made with high quality hops. They're not as bad as you think. And you know the whole history behind this stuff, right? It's India Pale Ale.
Yeah.
And it was for British soldiers that were down in India that you couldn't ship beer refrigerated, before all the refrigeration and everything. You couldn't ship it to the soldiers that were to the British guys that were down in India.
Okay.
You had to double the hops. They would double the hops.
So it wouldn't spoil.
So it wouldn't spoil, so it would last long enough to get to
Interesting.
them. And when the problem is, when they came back, now this is the story that I heard, you should probably fact check me here, but when they came back from India, they were so used to drinking that for however many years that they started asking, hey, can you do an India version, an India Pale Ale? And it happened, and then America gets a hold of this ridiculousness.
It's disgusting.
And a lot of the like the American breweries were like, oh, you have to double the hops, well that'll double our cost, so we'll just use cheaper, crappier hops.
It's
Double that.
disgusting. An IPA, it's disgusting.
I'm not
too
saying that's
much.
what all of them are doing. I'm just saying that was kind of the trend there when everybody was jumping in on it, and it was poo-poo.
How is it?
Disgusting.
Okay.
Take a stand.
So a poll of American beer drinkers has found the most popular beer and the beer that people prefer, lagers. Lagers. Pale ales are the second most popular. Now, technically, this includes the craft stuff we encounter because the question was, which styles of beer have you drank in the past year? Not just your preference. Pilsners are third, followed by wheat beers, brown ales, and stouts. IPAs are seventh.
Man, I'm sure that there's a lot of like master brewers that are pissed at me right now. I'm sure I got all sorts of different things wrong. But listen,
the craft industry loves to push the IPAs.
but it's literally an
Even
acquired
though
taste.
it's crap.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It has to do with it has to be a cheaper thing to make.
You actually have an advanced palate. IPA is the only thing that can excite it after a while. I'm a professional mixologist.
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to know that Fernets and IPA are the only thing I ever drink.
This voice is awesome.
Yeah, you drink one of those. You drink like an IPA, and you go, ooh, man!
And you're like,
ah.
I'll guess
I
I'll
feel like
like
there's
it.
always a few things like the person that has made booze their personality. Mm-hmm. The guy in suspenders, handlebar mustache. We've all met the guy.
Oh yeah,
Behind the bar.
We've all dated that
Sleeves
guy.
rolled up,
Yeah.
super tight.
yeah. He looks like he's dressed like he's in the band The Replacements.
Yes,
Some
It's
places
marked
out
with
there.
a C.
the Octoberists.
Mark with
Some
a
places
C.
out there do it right though, because they like research it and they make sure they're getting this type of hop and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not saying, like honestly, for example, in town, and I haven't drank in years and years. I've been sober since 2019. But if you're into that, like Four Hands, they go all out. Like they're like scientists over there. So their whole thing is like that. That's a different animal.
The last time somebody gave me an IPA, he goes, "Dude, this is great. It's from whatever craft brewery in town." And he gives me a swig. I go, "There's no way anybody likes this."
Right.
Like this is the latest IPA from 35 Hands Brewery. I don't know.
And you are the arbiter of taste.
And it's like, all right, man, try this. Everybody loves this. Nobody loves this.
Do you like sour beers?
I
Because I
loved
do.
them.
What's a sour?
Like a Leinenkugel?
No. Like there's a lot of like.
I don't really. I'm not a chemist, so I don't know like
Belgian
exactly what it
sours.
is. But it kind of tastes fruity. Like if you, oh my gosh,
What brand
The
is
best
it?
place to go for a sour beer in this town is Side Project. Side Project Brewery in Maplewood, and we can spend $500 because they're very expensive. But the beers are so good. But I like them because they're fruity. So, but my husband also likes them. So I don't think it's like a fruity beer thing. I just think it's a level up.
I don't want to drink a beer that hurts drinking.
No, these don't.
Yeah.
They're sour, but in a good way. They're usually
No. I'm just saying the IPAs.
Yeah, raspberry, cranberry, peach. It was like a lot of Belgian sours that were just freaking great, but they're desserts.
I guess it is a fruit to temper the acidity. So they do ferment it, and that's what gives it kind of a fruity flavor.
Yeah, they're desserts. You can get wild on those and start drinking those cherry beers, and then you forget that. Oh my God, I've had 12.
Oh,
Because
no.
they come in they're
I
like
think
wine bottles.
From Urban Chestnut, I had, do you remember they made the Imperial Stout? It was like a cherry Imperial Stout, and it would come in a big bottle. Man, that'll put you on your ass.
Yes.
Because that goes down smooth.
I
They
don't
have a
like a
lambic?
stout normally, but I liked that. I remember that. A lambic. Yeah.
Oh boy.
There's peanut butter, absence of light. You ever had that?
Yes.
No.
It's like a peanut butter stout. I forgot who makes it. But it only
Forehands.
comes
Yeah,
in.
I think it is
Four
Forehands.
Hands makes a peanut butter stout.
I got out just as craft beers were becoming fashionable. But I remember that was one of the last ones I had that I was like, it's actually pretty good. You can only have a couple stouts. So
I
it's like a
remember
meal.
when we made the last run of the Riz beer, I remember somebody had offered an IPA. Oh, you get that the hell out of here.
Hell out of here. What was
You
it?
get the-
Lager? What was the Riz beer? Do you remember?
The last time?
The last time it was a pale ale.
Man, I don't know. We made a
remember.
few.
It was a seltzer.
Sorry.
We made a
Sorry,
Christmas.
put you on the spot.
Yeah, we made a
Seltzer.
Christmassy one time. I think we made a pilsner.
Yeah, the first one was a Pilsner.
Okay, and then the last one's a lager.
Yeah, the last one was a lager.
You guys never made a stout?
No.
Oh,
we only
this
did 2
show is
years.
a stout.
Okay,
I want like a bold stout
Maybe
from
next
you.
year.
Coffee stout.
but I said
Yeah,
you could take that IPA and you could get it the hell out of here.
For as bold as the show is, we didn't want our beer to be super bold.
I want you to have a bold beer.
We wanted it to be flavorful.
I detect
but,
notes of resentment, bitterness,
And
and
hag.
cheers.
Yeah, we should have made a bitter beer for sure.
All right, true story. This is a true story. We actually know who came up with the term LOL for laugh out loud.
Get out of here.
A guy in Canada named Wayne Pearson was the first person to use it back in the 1980s.
I love that his name is Wayne.
Wayne Pearson is the inventor
Wayne.
and the first person to use LOL.
Wayne
He was in a chat room in the early days of the internet when a friend said something that really did make him laugh out loud. So he typed LOL. Then his friend asked what it meant, and the other people in the room started using it. Well, Wayne, you had a good run.
He's dead?
No.
Oh.
Wayne is still.
Golly.
I'm saying his
No.
LOL. LOL had a good
We'll
run.
miss you, man. You're
Wayne
a
is
good
dead.
guy.
LOL.
Wayne.
Put it on his
Rest in peace,
tombstone.
brother.
Here lies Wayne. LOL.
Apparently, kids now think LOL is like a cringe thing. Like it's
Of course.
only
everything.
boomers would use.
Your elders are using it still.
LOL is dead.
It's
And the
only-
New York Times did a story on it.
The LOL is not dead unless you're lying. If you're lying and you're not really laughing out loud, then it's dead.
It's LOLZ.
I laugh all the damn
Lols,
time, as we
yeah.
know. I use LOL, I mean it. If you guys ever text me and I LOL you, I'm laughing out loud.
I haha. I'm a haha.
Yeah.
Are you really laughing,
I'm a
though,
ha-ha.
when you
Yeah.
say it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Here's the problem with his haha, though. It's one ha short of is this sincere
Yes.
or is this
If
sarcastic?
I'm putting you right now. I'm putting it out right now. If I ha or haha you, it's sincere.
sincere.
Okay.
I
Good to
agree. Remember, we both have caught a lot of hell for that because we're both ha-hers. Mm-hmm. And a
I
lot of
hear
people say,
Nelson
like,
from The Simpsons when I read it.
well, that's your fault.
I'm just saying. I feel like you need 3 ha's
I do the
to
3.
clearly.
Yeah, you do ha 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 ha. Like you do
I give
many
you.
ha's.
I'll give you 30. If you
Right.
want it, if I'm giving it to you, I'm giving you the whole.
So
thing.
demanding. So demanding.
I sent Rafe a text over the weekend of a man who was on a toilet who changed into Reba McEntire because he changed the toilet paper
so
roll
funny.
and got a lot of ha ha ha's after that. And I was very impressed with myself.
Are you an LOLer? Yeah.
I am.
Never adopted.
What are the LOL? Mr.
I was really out on emojis and all that for a long time.
Was Wayne? Was he on GeoCities by any chance?
GeoCities.
This is
The
back
chat
in the
room.
80s. Anyway,
'Cause that was like
Yes.
the Canadian thing, man.
the New York Times did a story about how LOL is dead, and young people have started using IJBOL.
What does that mean?
IJBOL.
Wait, POL.
I just
bonked
burst out
over-
loud.
Well, we're already pronouncing it wrong.
I just
Instead of
burst out
saying each
laughing.
letter, you're supposed to say each bowl.
Each ball.
Each ball.
I just bowled over laughing.
I hate everything about this.
Dude, this sounds like boomers' kids, man.
You guys are close.
I just
I just bursted out laughing.
That's it. Got it.
Bursted.
I just beefed on a llama.
I just
bursted. They're using the word
I just bursted.
I just burst out laughing.
I just burst. Oh,
It's very specific.
yeah, exactly. That's not going to.
It's also not that different. That's like saying, you know what I mean? It's like putting a spoiler on a Pontiac Fiero and pretending like it's a new car.
Yeah, you're going way out of your way.
Barely changed it.
We
This
could
is
have
totally
just
a boomer.
stopped all
You
of
kept
this.
the
Boomer
OL.
kids here.
You
Right.
and you made it longer. You took one L away. You added IJ.
each bowl.
Yeah, you're
Each
now
ball.
reversing course. This is when like cell phones got like to the perfect size, and we're like, these are too small. Let's start to make them bigger again.
I like
This is the max.
when people, the ultimate compliment to me on a reply when I send something funny to someone is when they send me back a coffin. Like I'm dead because I'm laughing so hard.
I'll give you skull and bones sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That makes me feel
if
really
somebody
good.
said that to me, I would think you're like,
You drank poison?
yeah, you drank poison, or if you sent me a skull and crossbones.
Are you asking me to
after I
call
said something
poison
hilarious,
control?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
I am.
I wouldn't know what that
Yeah,
meant.
I would think that was a bat signal
'Cause
for
I'm
poison
losing it.
control.
I wouldn't know what that meant.
Dang it. When I do.
Each bowl, guys.
Each ball.
Age bowl. I just
Dang
burst
it.
out laughing.
Apparently, this is the thing that kids are doing. LOL is dead.
Each bowl sounds like a really cool name.
Hey, what happened to just like me enjoying the moment and laughing? Why do I have to tell you that I laughed? I mean, every time, is it?
This is such a moon thing right now.
It is,
You know,
it
you
is,
want
like-
to acknowledge the
Why? This isn't a
said
live
something
show. It's a
funny.
You wanna-
goddamn podcast.
It's validating the person that made you laugh. Because, like for
But-
instance, when I texted Rafe, he's a comedian. So if I can get him to laugh, I'm going to feel really good about myself because he's a comedian. And so that made me feel good that he found it funny like I did. So that's
You
validating.
made a comedian laugh.
I understand, but if I need my conversation to be an audience, then I will call you. We are having one. This is like text is. It's different. It's to me, it's different, and the planet, or some of the planet, acts as if it's a conversation, but it's not a conversation because you clearly don't have the time for me for a conversation.
But
So, like,
you
if
don't
we're
have the
texting-
time for a conversation because you're so busy. So a text is an easy way for
He doesn't have
us-
time for conversation, so you just don't answer anybody back. That's his thing. I'm stuck in
It's not-
Detroit.
it's
Are you
not
telling
my-
me that if I text you a funny video,
Yeah.
I have to call you and laugh with you?
Well,
If
no,
I-
no, no.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
way
saying
to do it.
I'm saying that's what you're demanding of me. If you text me something, I have to now validate that you made a good joke, and I
I'm
have
not
to
demanding.
tell you. I know, yeah. But
I would like you to send a video.
I'm not
If you're really
demanding.
laughing
I'm
out
just-
loud, send a
Look,
video.
I'm just trying to share a moment with you.
and I had the moment when I had it, and I go, that's great. And sometimes I'll be like, man, that's great, and I'll respond to it. But if I don't,
How do I know?
right, like, but
So you
that's
want me
okay.
to call
right?
you, send you a reel that I
I
think
don't
is
want you
funny,
to do
wait for you to
anything.
watch it,
I don't want you to
put me
do
on
laugh
mute,
together.
watch the reel, unmute.
No. What I want is you to not expect whatever it is that you need for your validation.
Okay, so
I
from
mean,
now
like,
on,
you know,
Moon,
like
here's-
right now, we're putting on a radio
Wait a
show.
minute.
Is anybody live laughing?
Here's from now on, blankets. Let's not expect much from Moon.
No, I don't
What?
anymore.
Stop!
I
You guys
don't.
are taking it wrong.
The
You're
hero-
taking it
That's a
wrong.
good call.
The
Yeah.
hero,
Here's
the
blanket.
lovely person.
Let's not accept much from him.
I am
busy
going to
out
start
there-
calling now.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause I wanna
busy
hear-
out there saving people from falling on air.
Let me
I-
say, as a valid, I'm going to validate you right now. I don't expect you to ever respond anymore. So like, because we've already done this. So like,
but I do, sometimes. I'm just saying,
Sometimes
like,
you do,
Hey,
yeah.
it's the we're expecting our parents to pay for our vacations
Hey.
now. It's the expectation
Hey,
that's absurd.
Idge Guam. I just gave up on Moon.
Damn.
ah, dang it.
Dang.
Idge Guam. I'm going to start putting that in our group text. Idge
Dude,
Guam. He's
You guys
not
are.
I just
responding.
you guys
beeped
are
on a
coming
llama.
my way. You guys are coming
No.
my way. I might be the old guy
Eventually,
here, but like,
we're not going to be texting at all.
well, I'm just saying, like, you're going to be like, how many people's expectations and attitudes do I have to keep up with now? You just go,
You don't have to, but it'd be nice if you care about somebody that you show them that you care.
Don't,
all it is. Hey,
I'm
hey,
going to
man.
text you a
Don't.
skull and crossbones right now.
Are you dead? to me?
No, that's I'm want you.
DED
I
dead.
want you dead.
Tell me a text. Tell me a text that you sent. Tell me a text that you sent me that I
Sent
haven't
Riz a
responded to.
TikTok and he wants me dead.
Yeah, if you get a skull and crossbones for me, that's what I want you dead. That's not. I'm dying with
Moon,
laughter.
I love you.
Hey, I
don't look
respond-
at your phone.
I
Hey, buddy,
respond
don't
to-
look at your phone.
I'm looking at all
I don't
texts.
need validation right now. I'm all
Hey,
good, man.
Idge Guam, dude.
Idge Guam.
Yo, I
Idge bowl,
respond
whatever
all
it
the
is.
time.
Yeah, beefed on a llama.
I beefed.
I've responded to everything you've said.
No,
the best.
it's okay.
Scott.
I'm totally
I haven't
beefing
been
on
keeping
llamas, man.
score, so I don't know.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Learn has crap on celebrities. It is 8:02. It is Tuesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Yep. Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology
It's
Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now. Holy smokes, it's a mess. We got delays, 270 westbound between Dorset and Missouri AB, that's exit 13. Everything's down to about 35 miles an hour on 270 here. More delays, 270 eastbound as well in that same area, right around Olive, down to about 25 miles an hour there. Further south, it's a mess. And then we also have a right lane blocked due to a crash, 270 northbound at Missouri Gravway. 40 also seems to be a whole mess. Delays piling up, 64 eastbound between McKnight and Bellevue. Average speed down to about 20 miles an hour. Your point forecast, dry, mild, partly cloudy. High of 79, low of 65. Right now it is 66 at the Point Studio. And your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, what do you got?
All right, so Taryn Manning is kinky and drunk, and we need to discuss. Paris Hilton needs to read the room. Who is hot on Ozempic now? And then we dive into another great list and try again this time of the best female-led horror films. All this and more.
Female-led horror
All
film.
this and
Prepare
more.
yourself.
All right, we got that. We
Buckle
got
up.
your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crab on Celebrity.
It's Bo.
Stay there.
You old
Uh-huh. That's our good buddy. Thinking about our buddy Jeff Burton today on the 1 year anniversary of his passing. Played some Blue October earlier. I have his bobblehead in front of me
So good.
from last year's Blues Night. So we announced yesterday the next Blues Night, Riz Show Night at the Blues game, happening January 30th. It's a Tuesday night, Enterprise Center. See the Blues take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Your special Riz Show Night theme ticket will include an exclusive co-branded Riz Show Blues Night T-shirt, and on the sleeve is a heart with JB in it.
So neat.
Plus, of course, we'll be running around doing the in-game stuff. Here's the best part. Portion of your ticket goes to benefit Operation Food Search. So tickets for Riz Show Night will go on sale this Friday. Friday, August 18th, 10 a.m. Do not go and buy the regular tickets on sale right now. If you want that Riz Show Blues Night shirt, you need to wait until Friday, 10 a.m. and get your special Riz Show Night ticket at the Blues Theme Night ticketing page. We'll have all the details at 1057thepoint.com, but circle January 30th on your calendar for Riz Show Night at the Blues game. All right, so today we're gonna check something off my bucket list. Going to eat at Golden Corral. We're all gonna enjoy some lunch. Mm-hmm. In our gray sweatpants.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Some of our sweatpants are ill-fitting, we'll call them.
I'm on my 3rd liter of water to stretch my
Stretch out your
stomach out.
Really gonna beat the house today, huh, Rafe?
You better believe it.
I've only eaten a
Someone
banana.
has to learn share of meatloaf.
Hey, don't underestimate what I can plow through at a buffet.
Oh, they got meatloaf?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're doing meatloaf. Meatloaf.
Good eating.
Home style.
Can we just say this ahead of going also to the buffet? Nobody judge. Don't look at my plate and talk about what's on my plate and
we
what's
will
not.
not
My
do
plate, I won't even
I'm
be able to
sorry.
see your plate because mine will be piled so
Good.
high.
Yes, and I love that for you.
I'm getting a Fred Flintstone level.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be amazing.
That's all we do is judge. Of course we're going to judge you what's on your plate.
Yeah, he's
I don't want to hear about it because all I want to do is I just want to eat.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf!
That's right.
We want it now! The meatloaf!
Yeah, we're going to get all of it.
I never know what she's doing back there.
I don't know what she's doing.
All right, so we'll check something off my bucket list today. What about Learn's bucket list? We went over Moon's.
Yep.
Last week we went over mine. Let's do Learn's bucket list.
Okay.
We've done.
Oh, we
yeah.
did King Scott's bucket list.
Yeah,
too?
yeah. We've done the 3 amigos already. Learn and I are still left. A lot of people want to help out, which is awesome. Somebody did email into, and I want to make this clear. They're like, "Oh, this sounds like a Riz show. Make a wish." No.
Like just for free things.
A wish is
No.
a wish is a dream without a plan. That ain't what we're doing here.
No.
We're actively working to check.
Yeah,
these
yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah.
So
We're
Some of
living
the-
our lives.
Trust me.
I'm seeing your bucket list here in front of me, Learn, and some of these are definitely achievable.
Yes.
Some of them I'm not sure about.
Sure.
Yeah, some of them are going to be tougher than others. The first one, let's just get into it.
Yep.
And where we welcome feedback. If anybody can help us, put us on the path to make these happen, please let us know. Because it's all about love and helping each other, lifting each other up, checking stuff off. Here's a big one. See Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk, they're broken up.
They're broken up.
I don't
They
think they're ever
retired.
getting back together.
Right.
So
But the weekend, even
Tomato,
this
tomato.
weekend, or even this past weekend, the weekend, the artist said the only collabs he will do in the future is with Daft Punk. So there could be something on the horizon.
what about a Daft Punk tribute act?
Yes.
What about a Daft Punk lunch? Like you're at the Rainbow Room or something like that, and you look over and you're like, oh my gosh, I recognize.
Look at
these
those. There's
guys.
two
Yeah,
guys
no,
in
I wanted-
helmets.
Those are the guys from
Because
Daft
it's
Punk.
see Daft Punk. You didn't say in concert.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me clarify. I would like to dance live to Daft Punk, those two guys, those French musicians. I want them
All
to
they're
be
doing
playing
is press
music.
and play on an iPad.
What if they stand
Exactly.
up at lunch and they go bigger, faster?
All right. Okay, so see Daft Punk, that's on the list.
Or
Next.
have a Daft Punk dance party.
Yeah, will you
whatever.
take me? I would love to see that show.
Thank you.
I
Yes.
would
Just
love
some-
to see that.
I like how
French-Canadian,
malleable
did you?
your bucket list things are. That's a very open and loving way to embrace the world. You've already dialed back your very first one, which
Right.
I love. But
And-
you know what?
What?
You never know. Daft Punk, whatever, tomato. It's French. I believe it's Daft, but whatever. Leads right into the next one. Host a discotheque, maybe a riscotheque.
Rizzuto would be cool.
Ooh, I like
Dance
I want to have a
party.
dance party. And we have a lot of listeners who want to dance. And so every time I talk about it, they're always like, oh, hit me up. So what if we have a Rizcotheque?
Yeah, man.
And we
not a
play
great
Daft Punk.
I'm not a great dancer, but I'll DJ. Can I DJ?
Dude, I've DJ'd
Yes.
too. I'm a pro.
I want
to see you out there on the dance floor.
I want
No, you don't.
dancing.
What if we put
You wouldn't
helmets?
dance at the Rizzuto?
Well, yes, of course I would, but you don't want to see it.
Will you wear helmets for me?
Hell
We put,
yes, I will.
We put King Scott and Moon and Daft Punk
Yes.
Yeah.
helmets.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I
The,
love this.
the only time I've really got to DJ professionally was over at Pops, and I made a whole robot outfit that I was in.
And I would
You are
like
my
to-
did it.
soulmate. Okay,
You did it,
yes.
Scott.
And if we're rolling things together, I'm not saying it has to happen, but we do have a float trip. It could be Raft Punk. And we could have a dance
I am
party
standing
at
up.
the
I'm
campgrounds.
aroused. This is excellent.
Party at the campgrounds, Raft Punk. These guys in helmets.
Raft Punk.
I don't know.
I like
Riz
Put
is
it
in
out there.
hell. All right, keep going.
Riz is in hell. That's actually your third one. Send Riz to hell. That's really, wow.
Yeah.
See you there.
See you there.
RMFLMAO. Big one. Dedicate something in my hometown of West Frankfort, Illinois, like a statue honoring. Who's editing this in real time? Get out of there.
Sorry.
Like a statue honoring my dad or something permanent, a mural, something where people can go and visit.
I was looking at this and I thought, what about a bench?
Well, that's coming up on the list.
Yeah, let's think
I
of
know.
ourselves.
Let's not skip ahead.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, but how about a bench, like something achievable? Where are you going to put a statue up?
I don't know. I don't know anything
Where are
about
you doing a
statuing.
statue?
So West Frankfort,
Who's gonna-
Illinois. I don't know.
Where are you going to get a statue commissioned?
I'm gonna
Listen up.
commission it.
Listen up, all you Frankfurters out there.
There's murals in West Frankfort, Illinois that have just come up over the last 10 years. People have painted on the side of buildings these really beautiful murals. And my dad was a coal miner in that town. He was also a Vietnam veteran. They have a Vietnam area. They have a coal mining area of the town. I would love to do something to my dad. A lot of people knew my dad in West Frankfort. So I'd love to do something to
Your
honor
father's
his
name?
legacy. His name was Greg Colvin.
Greg Colvin. If you knew Greg Colvin and you're listening right now, email us. Tell us about Greg
Right.
and email your local Chamber of Commerce at West Frankfort, Illinois, and let's get this going. Let's get the Greg
I think
Colvin
definitely it's
statue
achievable.
bench.
Like this is
achievable.
because somebody wrote this is a big one. This is a big bucket list, but let's be realistic. A statue
It's big.
It's big.
that's big. Like what kind of statue we're talking? Like a bronze?
Anything, like a
Like-
concrete. And it doesn't even have to be like a
What
big
about a
one.
plaque?
Yeah, like a plaque.
Plaque, meet me in the middle.
But you
Yeah.
said someplace people could go visit.
Right.
A bench.
Yeah.
A bench in a park.
What if I have my tree guys take down a tree and you catch one of them what do you call them, chainsaw artists,
Uh-huh.
and they make the statue out of the tree
Right.
stump?
They could do that in the park or
You know what I'm
something.
talking about, like when people make bears and eagles and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, we know one.
What, a chainsaw artist?
Yes.
We do.
Up in Shelbina, yeah.
Really anything.
Well, there you go.
I'm down for anything. I just want to kind of put a permanent marker to honor not just my dad, but the coal miners of that town and the veterans in that town, but also in memory of my dad.
A bench would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love your idea. I'm here for it. I'm down.
When I did my America's Got Talent audition, the guy before me was a chainsaw artist. And
That's sweet.
you only have a minute and a half. It's a 90-second audition.
Yeah.
Couldn't get the chainsaw to start. It was one of the funny, and I had to follow that. It was one of the funniest
no.
things.
It wasn't meant to be funny?
No. He flooded it. He couldn't get the Husqvarna to fire up.
Dude
It's
on the
really
chat.
funny. Pretty much.
Hang on, it'll roll over.
Your timer is going.
Hang on, guys. I think
Yeah.
I flooded it.
Oh,
Hang
man.
on.
Aw,
Hang on, guys.
Dude in the chat
Hang on.
says, "Holy crap! I knew who your dad was. He was a popular name in that town."
See? Here we go. My dad
Hang
fixed
on, let me try to
Give me
start
the
this up,
chainsaw.
guys. Damn it.
I got the River City tree. Just took down the tree. There.
Oh, there we go. See ya.
Dang it.
Doggone it.
All right. I think we can make this one happen. I really feel good about it.
Okay.
All right.
Next.
I want to go, we need to go home together and do a little tour of
Of Southern Illinois.
So Ill. Yeah.
For real.
All right. Next on your list, we're going to get a statue. We're going to get some sort of commemorative item in West Frankfort, Illinois.
Okay.
Dedicated. Does it need to have to be your dad? What if they want to dedicate it to you?
No, I want to dedicate it to my dad.
You want it to be your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making that clear. All right. Make vinyl record or something of something. Record a song or press a piece of audio from the show into vinyl.
With all
That's
of you.
Definitely achievable.
Definitely achievable.
Song, comedy,
Sure.
bit, whatever. And I get it, like, if nobody wants to do it, but, like, I think it'd be really cool to have a vinyl piece of the show in some way.
Cool.
Okay.
Done.
Okay?
Done. Doable. Have dinner in a cave.
This is very specific.
Very specific.
White linen tablecloth. I want a nice dinner. I don't want to just eat a sandwich from Lion's Choice in a cave. I want, like, a sit-down dinner.
Like
Lion's
Golden
Choice
Corral.
jam.
They got those places all throughout Missouri. There's a couple places you can do that.
Yeah. There's
We can pull this off.
What about 1-800 Hot Cave?
Hot
Yes.
cave.
Where's the Merrimack Caverns?
Yeah.
There's not that many hot caves.
Yeah, they're all
Is that really the
cool
number?
60 degrees.
Is not the number for Merrimack Caverns?
There's something like
No,
that.
I think that's a 900 number from the 90s.
I
you used
don't
to
know,
call it.
buddy.
No,
900
stop
Hot
it.
cave.
What? Oh man, you're gonna make me look it up, you jerks.
No,
You type in hot cave, you're going to get some results. That's for sure.
There's a lot of places that we.
I think this is doable, and we got one of King Scott's was to host or to give a guided tour of a cave. So I feel like
think
this
this is
could all
great.
he could guide us right to our table as a
Sweet.
maitre d', and technically we're checking two things off.
No, I have to be the host or the guide throughout the cave.
I know.
That is not close.
The hot
Yeah.
cave?
Just work with me here,
Again,
pal.
60 degrees.
You know, there was a cave for sale not too long ago. You can own the thing and give
yeah.
tours for a living.
Yeah, there's one for it was like $5 million. My family was trying to figure out, like, can we do this?
Can we do this?
No.
Okay.
It was a simple no.
Any cave. Never been in one. Want to be
Have a
in.
nice dinner in a cave. We can make that happen, I feel like.
Okay.
Are we still working on hot cave, or can I move on?
You can move on.
All right.
You were
He got the results, and he was like, okay, moving on. Rafe was right. Big one. This is a big one. And they had the CD that I played on repeat in my car was called Big Ones. Kiss Steven Tyler.
Kiss Steven Tyler. They'll be here October 26th. I have good seats.
You have good seats.
I'm going to make a sign.
Now you have to have the sign that says.
I've
"Can I
been
kiss
waiting
you?"
38 years to kiss Steven Tyler,
on his toes.
and I will kiss his
Oh,
gnarly
that's weird
toes.
Oh no! You
What if
wouldn't.
I kiss Steven Tyler's gnarly toes? What do I get
Man,
on
I'll
this
give you-
show?
You gotta
I'll
give
Do I get any
$100.
clout on this show
I'll
at
give you
all?
I will
Itchy
erect
God
a statue.
status.
I will erect a statue in West Frankfort of you.
Consider this done.
So this is a big one.
Steven Tyler's toes.
Now, this is something I think we can all work to help you achieve. I feel like you want to kiss 75-year-old Steven Tyler right on his big old luscious
Here's what I
lips.
think we need to have happen. About a week before the show, we start the full court press of every day saying that you want to kiss Steven Tyler. Eventually, it'll get back to him.
Oh, yes.
I feel like Steven Tyler's never been kissed. He only kisses.
Yes.
Like, you know, has
I
anyone
also
ever
feel-
kissed Steven Tyler? I feel like he can intercept that and be like, no, I'm going to be the one that kisses.
No, I feel like Steven Tyler's never turned down a kiss.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would hope
okay.
not.
I see that.
I've seen him. I mean, I've been pretty close at Aerosmith shows. Not close enough, obviously, but if there's a blonde within the first 3 rows,
they're
that
getting
man's
kissed.
mouth is on that blonde's
They're
face.
getting kissed.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I got to
so-
get you up there.
He loves
get you up there.
women.
We got to get you elevated.
Women.
Oh, blonde women. Oh.
Got to get you.
I got to get blonde. I'm going to dye my hair.
We could
before
hide
the
you
show.
in like the different parts of the Enterprise Center, I suppose. Just let you ambush him.
No.
Learning an elevator.
Hi.
I don't want to go to jail.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Tyler.
Going down.
Yeah. Going
next
down.
one.
All right. Jump out of a cake. Now this is happening. I think this can happen. I think this could happen soon.
Somebody's birthday's coming up.
Tell us why you want to jump out of a cake. Give me the lowdown on it.
I just remember at a very young age, like watching one of those like 1930s, 1920s, like pinup black and white videos of a woman like jumping out of a cake with a like booby tassels. I don't necessarily want to have the booby tassels on.
But you're not saying no?
But I'm not saying no. And I'm also, there's something so classy about it and old school, and I just love it. And so to me, I've always wanted to like, I just want to like pop out of a cake, and it's just cute.
Yeah, there she is.
There it is.
Coming out of the cake.
And
Denied.
I think Greek Fire has a song about that.
She flies up into the air.
it drops in the lawn.
Fly away free, little learn.
Bye.
Okay.
All right.
Next.
Learn on an escalator.
This
Okay.
cake it just fell on me.
So jumping out of a cake. We do have, it seems like there's someone's birthday coming up. This is
know.
going to be
Yeah.
apropos.
Something like that can happen.
Well, I'm just say this might be done by the end of the week.
Okay. I hope so.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know if anyone out there's got any. We tried to find a cake. We did try to find a big cake for you to get into,
Right.
and we found out all the bakeries don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
We found one that did it.
Yeah, apparently they
They're
stopped
out.
doing it. I think
Something
somebody
hap-
died in
something
something.
happened.
Yeah, they
Well, what
baked
happened
them.
was they left her in there, and oof,
Either that or someone popped out and grandma
had a heart
expired.
attack.
No, it turns out you have to put her in after they bake the cake. That was the problem.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So if anyone out there is in the giant hollow cake making business, we're open to some
Okay,
very
next one. Come on.
specific market.
We're
Next,
gonna go.
okay, have picture and shows bench advertisement / and then steal it.
So this is where if you make and dedicate the bench in West Frankfurt, put an ad on it,
Right.
and then you could steal it.
Okay.
How do you steal the ad? I thought they were always like billboard, like printed on there.
You steal the whole bench.
Yeah, we'll just take the whole damn bench.
I'm hoping somebody takes the whole bench.
We'll build the
and we're
bench.
not liable for cost.
We'll build the bench and then steal the bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
If
put
they
it in the
return
basement.
the bench, dedicate it to your dad.
Yes. I want like a you know how like the realtors, they'll all have their faces, or the lawyers will have their faces and their business.
With a
I'm wanting
catchy
this.
slogan.
I'm wanting like me, like stupid picture on a bench, promoting the show, promoting whatever good,
It could be.
and then
You
there
could
you go.
put a phone number and everything. It could be learn. I jump out of cakes.
and
It's
you
like,
can hire
if you
me
need-
for your business.
Yeah. Pretty exciting stuff.
You're so unamused. It's awesome.
Okay.
No. I'm trying to think of where, like, do people still put their advertisements
Oh,
on
yeah.
Oh
benches?
yeah.
Drive down
Yeah,
Olive.
go down
There's tons of them.
Page. Any of these.
This is
roads.
doable. Even if it's separate from the West Frankfurt thing, this is doable.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like with an advertising, like they have to set.
What do you want to advertise? Lane Narrows?
No. Like I want to advertise like the Riz Show, Monday Night
Just
Metal.
steal it.
Heck yeah.
How about we just take one, like an existing one, and just steal it?
Well, I don't want to steal it. I don't want to. I want somebody else to steal it.
And it ends
she
up.
just
I want
winked.
somebody
Yeah.
else to
okay.
use
So
credit.
Yeah.
you want to be an accessory?
Yeah,
She
we
just
want
winked.
someone else to steal it, and it accidentally ends up in our possession.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Next on your list, this is all doable, by the way. Have a calendar made, either as a show or a learn calendar.
Kind of fun. I was always jealous of Jeff that he got that calendar made. It was genius.
That was a punishment.
It was genius.
Not for him though.
Yeah.
Now it's a reward. Riz Show calendar. I love it. I'll do it.
We could do that.
All right.
For sure.
Host a fashion show of some kind. Either I get to create the outfits or I participate in one.
Do they still do the like fashion shows at the mall?
No, but that would be excellent.
I bet they do.
Like the West County Mall?
Tiffany
like-
plays and
Maybe they bring those back. But
Yeah.
I mean, you went to the mall last week. You saw how
Packed.
hopping it was, man.
packed.
it'd be fun.
Packed.
Hey, I know
Okay.
the Clarks. We can get something set
Hey,
up with that.
Okay.
If there are many local fashion designers.
Yeah.
If you are having a fashion show, We got a model for you.
I'm very small, but, I know I'm not 5'10".
Who's making pocket-sized fashion?
I don't know, but
This is your gal.
Oh,
right
this
here.
is total. If you are a fashion designer, you got a fashion show coming up, you want to get some eyes on your product.
here
All
it
right,
is.
I'll reach
Model.
out. I have 2 people I can reach
Do
out
it.
to for you.
Yes.
Now, let me
Got
tell you
your
something.
model.
You have an impeccable sense of style.
Thank you.
So I think you're a great spokesperson for any fashion company.
And I'll walk the hell out of that.
You'll
cat.
walk the hell out of that.
You've got
whatever.
You have specific vibes that you own that are only yours. It's impressive.
Thanks, man.
I've told you that before.
Yes.
So yeah, anybody who wants to get in on that, let's get a fashion show going. This next one, do an interview while being surrounded by puppies or kittens or any baby animal of any kind except snakes. Ew.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Who does that?
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed, okay.
BuzzFeed, when they do interviews with artists, and I would do this like if I'm interviewing somebody for Point Fest or something, that we will have a room set up where I'll interview, Guar with puppies in the room.
I bet you that'd be great.
And so, but and the puppies are crawling all over you, and it's all about the puppies
You should do it with cats.
and kittens. I'm down. No snakes.
Yeah. Do it one of those cat cafes, man. It's like it's already built.
It's got to be kittens, though. It's got to be baby animals.
There's a couple kittens there sometimes.
I'm wanting the full.
You want
all.
just a lot of kittens.
Baby animals.
Just give me all the kittens.
Yeah.
You're on your own there because my eyes will seal shut.
Yes.
If only there was a show launching that had interviews in small spaces that, anyway, we'll think about that.
Okay.
That we could jam full of baby ducks, and I'm sure they would love
my
that here. That's doable.
Okay.
I mean, we'll dump a bunch of kittens on you.
Thanks.
What about chickens?
Yeah, little baby chicks, little baby.
Oh, they got to be
ducklings.
babies. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Baby
gotta be-
ducks.
okay.
That's the
All
contingency.
right, that's okay.
I got a baby elephant guy. I don't know if that'll work.
Yes.
Okay. Baby spiders?
No.
No. Okay.
They're cute in their little diapers.
Next on the list, finally learn how to swim, like take lessons as an adult, because I can't dive, and I need to learn that shiz before
man.
I'm 40.
Oh, boy.
You scared
You had me
me.
jumping for that button.
Yeah. Going for the dump button, but
Yeah, I doggy paddle and I can stay afloat, but I don't really know how to swim. So I
Oh,
could die.
is that little place, Little Fish, is still open? Where the babies learn how to swim?
so you for
I
real
don't know.
can't swim, but you just went to the lake.
Yeah,
My
I mean,
mother-
You
Do
could
you
be
wear a life
around the
jacket?
lake.
no.
My mother was an instructor,
Warren.
like taught the classes and that kind of stuff, and she's taught all of our children. And she's always one of her whole missions in life is everyone needs the skill of learning how to
Yes,
swim.
I agree with her.
And she still could give you lessons right now.
I love this.
Do it.
That would-
Mama
that
Moon.
would change
Do
your
it.
life.
You got a pool? You got a
I
mother?
pool. I have a
Done.
mother.
You need lessons?
I need 'em.
Shh. Boom. Get that.
Adorable.
We get that done next week.
She's a professional.
Does she hold up you know how it?
Yeah, you got to hold her belly.
You got to hold the belly and
kick.
I'm doing the laps.
if you need it, but she will teach you. I mean, she legitimately. I told her, I was like, man, in this retirement, you should just, because people charge whatever it is, $35 an hour or something like that to teach
Right.
swimming. And I said, you should do this. She's like, no, I just want to do it for free. All you got to do is come over. She will do it. Now, she's in my family, so she's messing up. She's gonna go, nope, that's not how you do it. I mean, she's very
Yeah,
direct.
I want that. I want the
She's a sweetheart.
criticism.
You'll
yeah.
love her.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. Can I ask you this? Did you get the Southern Illinois swim lessons,
Yep.
which is just getting thrown in?
Yep.
And
Yeah,
that's
that's
why.
And that's it.
That's why you're scared.
I also had this lesson, and I didn't learn to swim till third grade. I got embarrassed, and then I forced myself to learn how to swim.
Very
But
good.
I was one of the last people to learn how to swim in my class because I had an uncle throw me in
Yep.
very young. That's the old so ill swim lesson.
Thanks a lot.
Throw them in.
So she got before she's 40 on that, so.
Yeah.
We have time. Go to an aquarium, even if I can't swim or spell the word. I've never been to one.
We have one downtown,
Never
so
been.
that's an easy one.
Okay.
It's an easy one. Get a makeover from the Queer Eye team.
Yes. I want
This is a big one,
It's a
but
big
I
one.
would love it.
You can submit to be on Queer Eye, and the guys they've gone to Kansas City before. They were just in New Orleans. They might come to St. Louis someday.
What if we just get 4 gay guys?
to give me a makeover?
Yeah.
No, do the submit thing.
I want
Well,
I want
4 gay
Jonathan
guys
Van
just
Ness to cut my hair.
Yo, send,
What if you
send,
get-
send them messages, do different things. Because my buddy, who's in MXPX and Goldfinger with me and all that, he literally tweeted at the Fixer Flip folks, tweeted
Yeah.
hey, we'd love to live in Waco. Bam, bought a house on the show, absolutely incredible.
saw
All
that
started from a
episode.
tweet. Yeah, that started from a tweet.
Wow.
So do it.
Okay.
Message him.
Okay, do it.
And if we can't get them, how
4
would you
gay
feel
guys.
about
No.
how'd you feel about a Riz Eye from the straight guy?
Yeah.
makeover.
You guys make me over? Hell no. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I can. And I kind of want to see it.
No.
Terms are
That's gonna
back
be-
in.
I'm going to be punished enough on this show.
Yeah.
I don't want you people coming up
Yeah.
in here.
What do you mean, you
and
people?
Working this out. Yeah.
I can see you with a perm. It's going to look great. We'll get this going nice.
All right. Well, that's insulting, but fine. Deliver a cow in its birth.
Yes.
Wait, how do you do that?
I want to deliver a calf. I don't know. I wanted to be a veterinarian a long time ago, and I feel like I still have a lot of that going on. And to me, there's something so incredible about witnessing a birth of a cow.
I've seen it.
Have you felt
I don't like it.
I'm not
if
gonna do
the
what you
cow's
did.
pregnant? Have you ever done that yet?
No, I've never really been around
You got to
a
do
pregnant
that.
cow
We'll
like
get that glove on you, and you're going to check to see if it's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shoulder length glove.
I
for
know
you.
it is. I'm
Okay,
aware.
gonna say.
I'm aware. I know
Gotta get
where
up
the
in there.
hands go. I'm very
Gotta
interested
get up in there.
You want to do it with like the birth of a colt, like a horse?
I want a
Wouldn't that be-
cow. I just
it has
think-
to be a cow.
Yeah. It's just always
So
been in my
bison.
mind a cow.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I feel it's more acceptable.
Birthing a calf. Somebody out there.
Well, the Missouri State Fair is happening right now.
I'm sure there's some
Farmer, that would be
cattle
one.
farmer.
Yeah, there's a cattle farmer, or I bet one of these county fairs around here will let you.
And I want somebody. I want to assist. I don't want to do it myself. Like I want somebody to tell me what to.
The cows are just holding out until the show. Like, it just
All right.
it just happens down at the fair. I've never seen that.
Down to the final two, anti-gravity machine and fly.
This was on
Yeah.
Scott's list as well, and I can't wait.
I think all of us.
Indoor sky. I think Moon had this on
Yeah,
there,
indoor.
too.
It was
Did you?
moon.
Indoor skydiving.
I
But
don't
I've
know if
wanted
there's
to do this
one in the
forever.
area.
No,
That's-
I had a couple messages. Somebody said there's one in Kansas City.
Overland.
In Overland. In
Overland
Overland
Park.
Park.
Overland Park.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Well, we're
yeah.
going to a Chiefs game.
There's one in Kansas City and there's one in Chicago. So
Got to do something.
yeah, let's do it over. Let's do it on the west side.
Could do it if we had to. We could do it in KC. There must got to be something like that around here.
There was. It closed, so there's a new one coming in.
That's what I heard, a new one coming in.
All right, and that's doable. Anti-gravity machine and fly. What's an anti-gravity machine? Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, last on your list, go to a rage room,
Which we found out there's one in the area.
Yes, there is.
and you just want to go in there and break
Just
stuff.
go nuts.
Smash
You
plates.
just want to go
Yeah.
full Durst,
Yeah, but I want to be in a mood.
not Robert Durst.
I don't want to
Fred
just
Durst.
go like, oh, it's a Wednesday and we're going. Like, I want to get really pissed off, and I want to go, and I
Okay.
want to go ham.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Are you playing Limp Bizkit while you're doing
Yeah,
it?
we're gonna
do
have
it.
a lot of new metal on.
Yeah.
Do 'em.
You're so
All right,
mad.
I think we could check a bunch of these off pretty quickly.
Okay, good.
The most pressing, I believe, is the cake.
Yeah, and that could be happening this.
Well,
Friday.
if you have an in on a cake you can jump out of, let us know.
If not, we adapt, we improvise, we
Got
overcome.
a big birthday party coming up on Friday. I don't know what you're talking about, but
that's-
yeah. Well, actually, no. Everybody's invited. It's at St. Louis Music Park on Friday.
Give me a good time.
They're just playing. All right. Well done.
Thank you.
And who's up next? Rafe's up next.
Yep.
So
on
we'll
the
talk-
final countdown.
We'll
on the
talk
last
Rafe.
one.
Yeah, we'll talk Rafe's bucket list next. All right, welcome back to the show. Here's sports. All right, Moon, what do you got?
Sorry, buddy.
Here
Give
we
me
go.
a second. I got headphones. I just have to put them
Yeah.
in. Sports are brought to you by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Now hiring. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com, the careers page. All right, let's start with the Cardinals. And I'm going to end with a pretty interesting story about the dude from The Blind Side. It's going around right now. But first, rookie Jordan Walker cleared the bases when he crushed a triple with the bases loaded. 2 outs, and the Cardinals trailing by 1 run in the 7th inning to a team with the worst record in the majors. The Cardinals, who previously led the game twice, held on to the advantage that Walker provided and got a 7-5 win over the Oakland A's.
thank
Paul
you.
Goldschmidt, Kisner, O'Neill, and Nootbaar all walked in the inning. Nootbaar's walk forced in a run to pull the Cardinals within a run. So congratulations, Cardinals.
All right, you won a
now
game.
check out this story. Michael Orr, I think that's how you say his name, right? O-A-G-R. Michael Orr's rags to riches story was told in the 2009 blockbuster film, The Blind Side. But now, the retired NFL star says it was a lie. Michael has filed a petition alleging that Sean and Lee Ann Toohey, played by Sandra Bullock and Tim McGraw in the movie, never adopted him and instead tricked him into a conservatorship that they controlled. According to Variety, Michael claims that he thought he was signing adoption papers, but the document actually gave the Tooheys control over his affairs. He also claims that the couple signed a deal that paid them and their 2 birth children millions of dollars in royalties from the Oscar-winning movie, which earned more than $300 million, where he says he received no payment.
So basically, he's saying they didn't fully adopt me, so I was not entitled to any of. So they controlled all my money, but their kids who were part of the family, they got money from the movie. And I know they're like motivational speakers and stuff like that, so they're making money off his name.
So he's now reportedly asking the court to terminate the conservatorship and issue an injunction prohibiting the Tuohys from using his name and likeness. He also wants the Tuohys to pay him his, quote, fair share of profits plus unspecified compensatory and punitive damages. Now, Michael eventually became a first-round NFL draft pick and a Super Bowl winner with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
So enormous success after all this stuff.
I wonder how much he made during his NFL career.
I don't know. And here's the thing. I need to know details before I fully weigh in on this because I don't know the story fully. I haven't even seen the movie, but from what I know,
I know the story.
From what I know, he was like these folks were kind of rich already, and they gave him like pretty ridiculous opportunity by putting him in like a private school and some other stuff. But when was the timing of this conservatorship? And by the way, a part of this is asking them to stop the conservatorship. So you're telling me that they are still in control,
right?
Somehow.
And why is it so long after? Because wasn't it early 2000s?
The way they said he just found out.
2009.
So he's
when
worth
the movie came
16.
out.
I'm looking up his net worth. He's worth $16 million.
Well, the internet says I'm worth something too.
Sure.
That ain't
The
true.
family says the conservatorship was drawn up to ensure that he was eligible to play football at the University of Mississippi. So the family's like, we're devastated even by him saying all this. And
Yeah, Sean Tuohy, the father, called Michael's claims, quote, insulting. But this is a wild story because, again, like a couple little details really change the whole thing, the whole perspective of it. But in the writing there, saying that he'd like to ask the court to terminate the conservatorship. How old's the guy now? 30-something?
Okay, so according to the Post, the family says they couldn't. So he was over 18. So they can't adopt him. They can't adopt an over 18 kid.
Right.
So the family says we did this conservatorship so he could go to school.
Right. So it seems like they gave him enormous
He was over 18 when they adopted him?
opportunities.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Which led to him becoming a Super Bowl winner and an extremely successful football player. Now, is one to argue that he would have done that otherwise?
I don't know.
Well, this article says he attended 11 schools in his first 9 years of studying. He was placed in foster care at the age of 7 while he alternated living between various foster homes. And he had periods of homelessness, so possibly not.
So the dad says, I sat Michael down and told him, if you're planning to go to Ole Miss or even considering Ole Miss, we think you have to be part of the family. We contacted lawyers who told us that we couldn't adopt over the age of 18. The only thing we could do was have a conservatorship. We were so concerned it was on the up and up that we made sure that the biological mother came to court.
Wow. So it sounds like they did everything fairly right and to help this guy, which they did, except for, if this is true, if they made good money on a $300 million making thing that's based on his life,
Right.
and he didn't get anything,
That's not right.
Cut the man in. Come on.
The dad says he didn't make any. We didn't make much money. Everybody in the family got an equal share, including Michael, is about $14,000 each.
Oh,
Really?
okay. So
That's what
you
the
know
dad says.
You know what? And I believe that. I believe that with how some of these stories and all this goes.
Now they made a lot of money going around and doing motivational speaking.
Yeah,
And,
but do you think they should share that with him? I don't even know.
I mean, his name and his story. I mean, then they're part of that too.
They're part of the story,
put,
too.
Put them on the world map. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like and I've seen that movie. It's a good movie as far as like doing good and trying to help people. But like now this is kind of ruining it. Like, now this opens my eyes even more to Michael Orr's side of it because I feel like the movie is very Tuohy based. It's very much on the side of the family and why they took Michael Orr in. So this is just adding even more detail to things.
It's confusing. Not 100% sure. I feel like I feel now.
Like there's
I
more
feel
to the story.
I feel bad
It's
for
like
everybody now.
Yin and yang, right? Like, because the Tuohys and Michael Orr would not have the successes that they've had in their lives without each other.
Right.
So
No matter what,
let's find the
terrible
balance.
ending to an otherwise uplifting story.
you know what it reminds me
Exactly.
of? It's watching Howard Stern's Private Parts and then knowing they get divorced in real life.
I know. Damn it, Allison.
Well, I'm moving Extra Sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
Nice.
All right, thank you. All right, we got some buffeting to do.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yay.
Who's ready to throw on the gray sweats? Here we go, baby.
Why do they call them sweatpants?
All right, thank you all for tuning in. Today's Pappy's Recappy.
Brought to you by Pappy Smokehouse, St. Peter's, your summer barbecue headquarters, Highway 70 and Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. Big show today. Crap on celebrity sports, Riz News, everything we covered on the show. It's up on the blog for you. LOL is cringe now. Kids are saying Eege Bowl instead.
Yep, beef on.
The most popular beer in America is just a lager. It's not an IPA. That's actually the most hated. Is your cure for cancer hidden in ... black jelly beans? Even though those things suck, maybe they're great. Find out all the information. It's up on the Riz News part of the blog, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. Today, the podcast title is aptly, We Miss You, Jeff.
Yes.
Because it is the 1 year anniversary, which is pretty insane. We talked a lot about Jeff, got into some of our favorite memories and everything. So make sure you check out the podcast. It's available on all podcast directories. Leave us a rating and review. Follow us on our socials at RIZZ Show. We posted a nice little tribute picture with Jeff and his cardboard cutout over here. We also saw exactly what Scott was wearing today on his way to putting on his sweatpants. Definitely check out the socials for that. And personally, I just want to say thank you to everybody for all the support with everything going on with my brother and the GoFundMe thing. I posted it on my socials, so if you're interested in that, just Moon Valjean here. Even if you're not interested in donating, just reading the story. It'll be up there. I just want to say thank you to the entire Riz Show family and community. You guys have been pretty incredible. Thank you for all the encouragement for our family.
Yeah, I almost don't want Scott to take off that outfit.
No, I kind of want him to just lead the way.
I think we'll all be in sweatpants and you wear that.
Really?
Lead the charge in boots.
What if we cut the sweatpants off into shorts and you just put those on?
I like that as well.
I like what he's got going on there. I'm just saying. I hate for that to go to waste.
The sweatpants shorts will be great. And then he gets a baton.
Pretty great.
Yeah. Do you have a belt you could put over the sweatpants and just kind of let it
I
hang?
not only have a belt, but I brought the belt and the suspenders, so my sweatpants are in good shape.
We were just talking about getting a nice video of the
Oh, yeah.
Reservoir Dogs walkout shot where, Tombstone, and those boots, man.
Well, let's get to it, guys.
All right.
I'm
Sounds
hungry.
good, man.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Team Riz member today, brought to you by Hot Shots, hotshotsnet.com/Team Riz. From St. Anne, Katie Anilak is our
Yeah, Katie.
And she wants to hear this song. Here it is. We will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Energy.